Hi, welcome everybody to the Property Investment Blueprint. Learn how to make your first six-figure real estate income. It's great to see all of you joining us on this amazing morning. It's good to see you, Penny. Good to see you, Serene. Good to see you, Jason. Good to see you, Vincent. Good to see you, Yip. Good to see you, Joseph. Good to see you, Sriha. Good to see you, Inderjit. Good to see you, Yongtan. Good to see you, Ronnie, SH, Jennifer, Andy, Wilson, Chris, Hidayah, Yip, and many more of you who are joining us right now. It's great to see all of you. So if you happen to be joining us live right now, please kindly switch on your camera so that we can see your amazing faces. So, and we wouldn't want Lao Tung to be coming up here just seeing a black wall, right? So it would be great if you could switch on your cameras if it's available for you. It would be great to be able to see your faces. Good to see you, Jennifer. Thank you for switching on your camera. Good to see you, Serene. Good to see you. Good to see you, Penny, with your virtual avatar, right? So if you have a virtual avatar, that's all good with us as well, all right? So for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Ching Yu Tan. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer and co-founder of iSummit. And in conjunction with CID Academy, we are hosting the Property Investment Blueprint, Make Your First Six-Figure Real Estate Income together with Lao Tong. Now, just out of curiosity, how many of you are already investing in property? If you're already investing in property, type in 1 in the chat if you are already investing in property. If you're just starting up, type in 0 in the chat if you are just starting up, okay? So that we can have a good gauge on who's doing what at the moment, and then we can better tailor-make this session for you. Okay, I see zeros coming in the gym with 0, Shandy 0, Penny with 1, Sriha 0, Cockit with 1, Wilson 1, Mohammed at 1, and how about the rest of you? Yes, keep it coming in. CY at 1. Okay, and yes, we've got Michael at 1 as well, Serene. So we've got quite a number of existing investors, and also those of you who are totally brand new when it comes to property investing. So regardless of whether you are an existing investor or if you're just starting up, this session is for you, because we will not only just cover the fundamentals, but we will also dive in deeper in terms of the different strategies, the different approaches in order to help you build your first six-figure real estate income, right? And just out of curiosity, how many, for those of you who are investing, what segment of investment are you currently in? Are you investing in residential? Are you investing in commercial, or even industrial, or raw land? Type it into the chat so that we have an idea of what sort of investments you are in over here, right? And I know that we've got a very diverse audience over here. Okay, so we've got residential and commercial over here from our team. And what about the rest of you? How about you, Yellen, Serene, right? And then okay, we've got Cockpit sharing with us residential. Amir is investing in raw land. Muhammad residential, Wilson residential, Penny both residential and commercial. Okay, and how about the rest of you who are investing already? Michael, perhaps, Sue Ann, Terrace Factory. Okay, that's good, right? And just so you know, when it comes to Lao Tong, right, he's an expert when it comes to industrial, right? When it comes to industrial and commercial, but of course, he started off his journey when it comes to investing in property through residential. So through this property investment blueprint, you will discover how is it that Lao Tong managed to build up his portfolio, right, to not only 7 figures but 8 figures and beyond, and he has closed multiple deals, right, in the 9 figures marks. and helped build a lot of multi-millionaires within his organization, but not only that, also when it comes to his clients as well. So it's good to see that that we've got a good mix over here of different sort of investors. Lau Tong will definitely be able to help and assist you through your journey when it comes to investing in property. And in order to make this session, a bit more engaging for all of you, would it be okay for me to set some ground rules? Type in okay in the chat if it's okay for me to set a couple of ground rules. Because by setting the ground rules, we want to make sure that you get the best out of the next 3 hours that you have with Lau Tong. Okay, good to see all of the okays coming in the chat. Thank you, Amir. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you, Cockit. Right? Thank you, Yellen. Thank you, Jason. All the okays coming in. Right? So just a couple of ground rules. If you happen to be joining us live right now, kindly switch on your camera so that we are able to see your amazing faces and interact with you a little bit better. And not only that, we'd like you to participate at 100% as well. One of the things that you will notice that we ask a lot of questions, and then so through that, this is where we'll be able to get the information we need to help you further your journey in investment. So throughout this session, when Lau Tong or myself ask questions, please kindly answer within the chat, and then so that we get a bit more energy and engagement throughout. And of course, if you have any questions at all, feel free to type it into the chat, and we will definitely keep note of it. If Lau Tong is able to answer on the spot, if it's pertinent to the topic and presentation at hand, he will definitely be able to help you. Otherwise, any other pertinent questions will be answered by the end of the session. Okay, I see Yellen sharing with us, driving. Hey, thank you very much for joining us. Even though you are driving, do drive safe, and yes, and we'll definitely be able to help serve you as well. Okay, so does everybody agree with the grounds rules? Type in agree in the chat if you agree with the ground rules, because we want to make sure that you get the best out of this session. Okay, and if you have any questions, the best way to get our attention is also to put a capital Q and then followed by your question after that, just like that in the chat, so that it will bring to attention to our team, and we will be able to highlight it to Lau Tong later on in the session as well. Good to see all the agreements coming into the chat. Agree. Okay, and so with that, what I like to ask all of you is through these three hours, right? When it comes to investing in property, what are the key challenges that you face? Okay, share with us within the chat. What are the key challenges that you face when it comes to, be it starting off in your property investment journey, or maybe as an existing investor? What are the other challenges you're facing? It could be when it comes to the legal side, maybe it's the financing side, or maybe it's finding profitable deals within the market. Or maybe you have a challenge when it comes to identifying whether this is a good deal or not. Share with us within the chat. What are the biggest challenges that you're facing, so that we will be able to help tailor-make this session a little bit better for all of you. Okay, I see finding the right real estate coming into the chat. And how about the rest of you? How about yourself, Jennifer, TM? Okay, TM sharing with us risk factor, right? Managing our risk is very, very important. And you will hear from Lau Tong, right, that when it comes to the market, nowadays there are a lot of scammers in the market, and also a lot of unethical people who are trying to sell you real estate, who are trying to attract you with different incentives, and not only that, encourage you to even over leverage as well. So we want to, what we want to do here in CID Academy and I Summit is to create a community of smart property investors so that you can enter the market confidently to assess every single deal, make the proper due diligence, guided by an amazing mentor like Lao Dong himself. Okay, and then I see Amir sharing with us financing, right? Financing is a big challenge. How do we finance our projects? How do we finance the deals that we spot in the market? Right? And then Cockit is sharing with us illiquid, right? It's like, hey, if you've been holding your real estate for years, right? How do you liquidate it, right? And so Lao Dong will also be sharing with you maybe some insights about it as well. And then Sue Ann is sharing with us looking for below market value properties, right? Where do we find those below market values, and how do we accurately assess them as well? Great. So for those of you who are just starting up, right, do also share with us within the chat, what are your biggest challenges, right? If you have been thinking about investing in property, why haven't you started yet? Is it a lack of guidance? You don't know where to start, right? Or is there a particular blocker that is stopping you from just starting out? Okay, I see Mohammed sharing with us also timing. Okay, timing, be it timing the market, when is the right time to enter the market as well. So that's a good point. Okay, and then Michael, right, asking how to max out the DSR. Okay, so with all of these in mind, Lao Dong is taking notes and keeping it in mind, and he'll definitely be able to help address all of these together with you. Okay, I see already maxed out the DSR. Okay, and then Wilson sharing with us progressive interest until VP. Okay, okay. So good to have all of your challenges shared over here with us as well. So with that, okay, what I like to do is to just give a brief introduction about Lao Dong himself. So when it comes to Lao Dong approached us earlier this year, where he said, "I am sick and tired of seeing all of the fake gurus in the market." And trust me, with iSummit being in the industry for over a decade, we have seen a lot of fake gurus in the market. And when it comes to bringing speakers up on our stage or agreeing to working with them, we do our own due diligence as well, just as you as investors should do when it comes to investing in your property. And when we looked at the achievements that Lao Dong has done, not only for himself, but for his clients, for his agents within his agency called a CID Real Estate, it's an amazing impact that he has done in the market. And after working together with him for the past couple of months, one of the things that I find that is really powerful with Lao Dong is not only the insights that he has when it comes to property investing, but most importantly is also his heart. He has genuine care for his clients, for his team, and not only that, for the people that he worked with. And throughout getting to know Lao Dong, most importantly, he is also a family man. He's an amazing father to his children as well. He recently just came back from Tokyo. He was just sharing with us all the amazing stories of bringing them all over to like Universal Studios and bringing them around Mario Kart and all of that, right? So he's an amazing father, and then investor, and also a mentor as well. So without further ado, I would like all of you to give a warm virtual round of applause to Lao Dong. Let's give a warm virtual round of applause to Lao Dong. All right, great. Thank you very much for switching on your cameras. And ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, Lao Dong.
Hello. Wow, very long introduction by my good friend here, Ching Yu. Thank you very much, Ching Yu, for this wonderful introduction. Very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am. Okay, look there. Yeah. here I am. Thank you for all of your time for attending this 3-hour session that we have organized for you. Let me get comfortable with the chair first. All right. Okay. So, a very good morning to all of you. Thank you for coming in. This is a wonderful time that I would like to share this blueprint that I've prepared for all of you. And I think Cheng Yu has explained some wonderful sites that what has happened the past few months that we are working together. And I think if you come for this iSummit team that they are working with us, I think iSummit is a wonderful team because they are very experienced. And of course, for myself, getting engaged with iSummit, we are very, very happy to have iSummit to be working along with us for this journey that we engage with them. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you again. And thank you for coming into our wonderful talk. And of course, I would like to share with you all these blueprints that we have prepared. And of course, all of you came in here for one purpose. I think you came in here to really learn how you actually really can make 6 figures income from real estate. I also hear you out. I heard Cheng Yu saw some of your questions that you all brought up. And I'm pretty sure today, whatever I've shared with you, I'll be able to answer all your questions. And of course, you can also put in more questions later on. And I will also be able to answer you because simply for all these years that I've in real estate, I definitely would have done a lot in the real estate agency world to help a lot of clients. And of course, the sad thing about we humans is that, of course, all of us want to get more. We want to earn more. We want to do more. We want to have more money. But of course, we don't have all the money in the world. But at least whatever I've done the past 20, 21 years in real estate has given me something more better in life. And I think I would like to share that with you as well, because as a real estate agent by profession, I'm also human now, okay? Real estate agent by profession, but I came from the school of hard knocks, really basically from the market who does not have much teaching on real estate. And I came out, I met some gurus, met some mentors. They taught me the real way of doing real estate, which is why I'm seated here today, not only as a practitioner, but also as a person who has invested and wanting to share that investment skills and techniques with you in order for you to make it in your own life as well. All right. So I'm going to flip the slides first a bit to introduce myself. Okay. All right. So what will you be learning in this next few hours? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are in Malaysia. We are the central intelligence of scam. I believe Malaysia, we have a major issue, and I have a lot of, because I run a real estate agency, and in fact, I have been to the police station quite numerous times in regards to some of the complaints, and also some cases where even my negotiators, my agents are scammed in the market. Not only you as a real estate purchaser or investor will get scammed, but also the real estate agents that is working in the market can also get scammed or cheated by, today you call it the blue collar theft. Okay, the thefts who are wearing ties. They can also come and scam your phone, scam your this, scam your that. A lot of them are in the market. In fact, yesterday my phone itself also, we have one person who said he was from India. He wants to put 40 million USD into CID Realtors to actually ask us to help him manage some funds. Of course, without having a company, without having a business card. He says he works for some government of India or what. And they are so bright daylight robbery trying to do this kind of nonsense to even myself as a MD. They are doing this to me, and I feel it hilarious and also funny that they are doing this, aiming at people like me. So the world is full of scammers, okay? And of course, in the next few hours, I will teach you how to protect yourself. When things become too good to be true, please think properly. No such thing that can come. You can become an overnight millionaire just by helping someone investing 40 million USD in Malaysia, and they give you the cash amount. Okay, of course, I will also help you to make abundance of wealth. Okay, definitely in real estate, which we all want, because real estate can really give you passive income. Okay, when you sleep, it does draw income to you, and it also helps you get your savings to go up higher. And of course, how do you really start up? The major thing is, in real estate, all of us try to find out how to start up in a good investment, or how to find a good investment. Like just now, some of you mentioned you want to find a good investment, where to locate the cheap deals, the good deals. All right. And of course, having a six-figure income from real estate, how do you sell it to make that six-figure? How do you flip it? How do you basically get this amount of investment return that you invest in when you invest in real estate? And of course, becoming smart property investor. A property investor, you have a lot in the market. Everyone tries to invest, because when you hear gurus telling you invest in property, the easiest way to invest in property is always walking into a showroom. Either the salesman or the real estate agent sells you something from a project that sells you a dream. Okay, that's the easiest way to invest, because they comes with abundance of rebates, abundance of discounts, abundance of easy entry packages for you to entice you to invest in that real estate that is there for you. But of course, being a smarter property investors, you need to learn how to look at more options rather than only that option. Okay, and of course, today I want to fix your mindset as well, to have a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset. Later we'll explain that, how is growth going to help you more than fixed. And of course, there's nothing I'm going to sell to you. Of course, my background as a real estate agent, I've came into this talk without selling any properties to you. I don't have anything. I don't have any packages at the end of the talk. I don't have any packages for you to buy from any real estate developers or any real estate that I have listed. Nothing. Because I only want to share with you how are the techniques that is there, that I have so-called gathered all these years, basically for the past 21 years. Next year is my 21 year full in real estate. All these years I've gathered this amount of skills and techniques, which is actually basically not nuisance, as simple as ABC to learn, and every day you face it. You just need to understand how to use it in the market, and you'll be fine. You'll be doing fine by investing in the right real estate. All right, and the mindset is very, very important. Okay, before to convince you why, I think Cheng Yu and the guys have shown a lot of videos and basically all these advertisements that you all saw and you're registered. And first and foremost, I would like to thank you for supporting and coming in for this, and to convince you why the next 2.5 hours is very important that you listen to me. Because why? I have some background that can able to share with you, which is on screen today. The works that I've done. Okay, what do I actually do? What do I do in the market? Who am I actually? I'm a person who is actually a real estate agent. Like I said, I'm a managing director also of a real estate agency firm. But what do I do basically? My works in the market basically sells factories, sells land, sells properties that is dealing with corporate companies, MNCs, and so on and so forth. So these are the things that I've done before. Example, I've sold industrial factory in Malacca, okay, to a multinational corporation for 27.8 million. These are like my works done. This is also another one, all these long deals that I've done. 12.75 detached factory in Bukit Puchong, which actually now has also increased in price. This is just one part of the CID things that I've done. Even Tamasha Glenmarie, where all these factories are so expensive. Now this I sold it many years ago, 14.5, and now this factory is now about 18 to 19 million in the market. Okay, and I also sold 3 blocks of factory in PJ Section 51. If you know where's Shahid Food behind the Malaya Acid, 29.5 million. I just resold this factory this year again for 34 million. Okay, So these are my professional works. All these years, the past 20, 21 years, some of you may ask, have I sold houses before? Yes, I did. Have I sold shop lots before? Yes, I did. I even invested in them. But my professional work is at the real estate. We would say that in the real estate agency, I'm at the highest part of the hierarchy, where I do industrial corporate deals, commercial buildings and things like that, which those are the ones that you get a very big professional fees out of it, because you have to be very, very technical in those items that you are doing. So likewise, you see on screen, these are also some of the deals that I've done. Nothing much to say, but I believe just want to share with you what works that I've been doing all these years. Okay, because to convince you to listen to a joker on screen now for 2.5 hours, there must be some substance. There must be somewhere that I come from that convince you to join in today to listen, whether this person can believe or not, can trust or not. Of course, I've made a lot of customers of my clients of mine trust me. This is my old company, Metro World. I've done also a lot of detached factories, basically majority of industrial properties. So the rental that I deal with is not the rental that no common people doing. The rental that I do is always this detached factories, warehouses, this kind of properties that are in hundreds of thousands ringgit. Okay, so these are the items that I love to do and I love to serve. Okay, I can also give you an example of this piece of land that I sold in an airport, near the airport, our KLIA airport, which is worth 87 million ringgit, okay, in total. So this piece of land was used for warehousing as well. And these are the things that I basically love to do, and I look forward to do every day. Every morning, I wake up in the morning, I need to get out from my bed, go out, get my car out, go to the office, go to see the clients. So basically, I deal with corporate people, okay? So now, for those of you who just came in today, look on screen. This is me, okay? I need to introduce myself. I was also a young boy back then who looks like young chiku, golden hair and all these funny hairs that I have. And of course, today, I fast forward 20 years later, I'm also a real estate agent, okay? And I'm also leader of the company who leads about 800 negotiators to date. Okay, we have about 850 negotiators in the market. I myself come from a background from college, from Subang Jaya. I learned, I would go to Sekolah Menengah. Then after that, I came up to college in Metropolitan College doing my business management and marketing degree. And of course, a lot of my friends, many people get to go out 2+1, 2+2, or 1+2, go out to overseas to study. I cannot, for no money. So I studied 3+0 here. And during the time that I was studying in the college, I already started my career in real estate, whereby I learned the ropes of becoming an agent. I did door-to-door sales. The first project that was thrown to me was a residential project. Then after that, I went and sell this project called 32 Square. If you know where PJ is, 32 Square, that was the first project. I was only 21 years old. I sold that project by holding brochures, walking the whole SS2, Taman Tun, Taman Mega, Taman Mayang, the whole of PJ basically, section 14, 13, everywhere, door-to-door sales by knocking on people's doors, asking them to buy an office space or retail space in 32 Square. Okay, so with that hard work that I've done, I actually, at the age of 21, of course, know nothing in the brain. I just go and knock people's door and then get scolded off. And then I learned my ropes, how to get through the security doors and so on and so forth. And basically, I sold 5 units of office, which I think that I'm quite convinced of myself. Yes, I think real estate can be done. So I learned how to sell 5 offices by walking the whole of PJ. And basically, that brought me to where am I today, and never give up. And being a real estate agent for so many years, I've learned the ropes and learned how to become not only a real estate agent, but also a property investor myself. If you're in real estate, if you're a real estate agent, what more is it better than to invest in real estate? Because you day and night, you look at real estate. Many real estate agents, I find it humorous. Why? Because whenever they make money, they like to reward themselves buying a nice car, buying a nice super sports car, and try to show off with all the gadgets that they have. But to be honest, as a real estate agent, you should invest back in real estate if you are a real estate agent, because you get the good deals out of it. I'm not asking all of you to become a real estate agent, but I'm just sharing that the opportunity that the real estate agent gets is much far further better than a lot of the investors out there, because they don't get the first hand of it. Okay, but of course, working as a real estate agent is also very, very important if you get a good one to work with. So, to introduce myself again, as Cheng Yu has mentioned, I got two names, Lao Tong. If you can't pronounce Lao Tong, Chinese is Liu Tong, okay? AKA LT. If you can't pronounce Lao Tong properly, sometimes people call me Lo Kong, Lo Tong, for misplace my name a bit, Lao Tong, okay? People don't know how to pronounce, but I got two names. I don't come from China. I come from Malaysia, born in Malaysia, but the name look like China a bit, okay? Up 2004 is when I started my real estate journey, and today now is about 20 years already, coming to my 21 years. I'm also a licensed real estate agent. If you go to the board's website, okay, the Board of Valuers, Estate Appraisals, Estate Agents and Property Managers, you key in my name, you can see it as E2733, that's my license number. I've passed my exam and become a real estate agent for a qualified licensed real estate agent for 6.5 years. Previously, I was just a negotiator, a probationary estate agent as well. Okay, I'm the managing director and the founder of co-founder of CID Realtors Sdn Bhd. You go to the website, you can see everything. Okay, we are a real estate firm. My office is in Track Jalan Tun Razak, where the old Zouk Club is. And also, I was a real estate trainer and coach to many real estate agents. I teach them how to become a very, very prominent real estate agent covering the market. And that's why now I have about 850 rents real estate negotiators under me. And also, I'm a realtor who handles industrial and commercial properties, like I just mentioned. Industrial property and commercial properties are my forte, and I love to do them. I look forward every morning to wake up doing this kind of properties and train people doing it as well. And of course, corporate real estate advisory to many corporate clients, such as to liquidate or to downsize or to expand. These are my works that I do. And I do also consultancy on marketing and pricing of commercial and industrial projects as well. So new factories, new shop lots, these are also my forte, new offices, okay? And I run up to 13 offices all over Malaysia. Next time you drive outside, you see the blue color signage in one of those shop lots that you see with the word CID. That's not the police, that's us. You can see this CID. We are actually, what is CID meant for is actually Commercial Industrial Division. That's how I started CID Realtors, okay? And we have 13 offices from Penang, Ipoh, okay, Klang Valley, we have Malacca, we have Johor, and even now Kota Baru, the Klang Valley, we have many offices. And the HQ is in Track and Jalan Tun Razak. And also we have an office, Fraser Place in KL itself, near Sungai Besi. All right. So to share a little bit with you before I start my career in real estate, this is no joke. I really spent the past 20 years like a donkey working in this business. I will call it a business. Why? Because I don't gain a salary out of it. Okay, so for you who wants to know how to see real estate as a market that you want to invest 21 years of your time in it, to be very honest with you, whatever you invest 20 years in it, it's either you'll make it or you have sunk in it. Basically, I think I've learned a lot of things in the past 20 years, and I grow within these 20 years and more years to come, and I want to make it even better in the next 20 years ahead. Okay, my career in real estate, no upselling, very rare. Yeah, nothing to sell, and share first, and then you see what professional things that I give. I think the important part you want to learn is what do you gain out of it? What do you gain out of it, Amir? Very important, because money to me is not to earn from, to hitch and earn from you or anyone that's in this talk today, but more to, I've earned my money well from selling the real estates to all these big clients that I've done. To me, I'm just opening up something up for a program for many of you to hear, so that you know whether this person is bullshitting or there to help. I think by the end of the talk, you will know what I can provide to all of you. Okay, so my first company was SK Brothers. In 2004, I joined this company doing majority of these projects, and I did some I learned how to do sub-sale a bit there. Okay, and the best part in my career was when I joined Ridgefield Properties Subang Jaya Divi, Sdn Bhd. Because I live in USJ. Okay, and that's when I met my mentor, Mr. Gerald Peter, an Indian guy who I admire, and he's with me in CID Realtors today. He's my mentor. He's the one that teach me how to do real estate in the correct manner. Okay, and nevertheless, he was the industrial division head, and I learned all my industrial deals, how to do it. The highest of real estate skills is in industrial, because industrial is very technical. You need to learn a lot of technical skills and understand a lot of technical things in this and construction as well in industrial. So that's where I learned more from Gerald. And then I went and joined CBD later on because I needed to grow in my own career. And of course, after CBD, those years it didn't work out well, so I went and joined Metro World. Okay, when I was in Metro World, I opened up an office. I opened up an office in 2013 with the brand Metro World. And way after that, until 2017, 2018, I became the CEO. And then I left Metro World because of some hiccups. Then we started CID Realtors in 2018 until today. Okay, with my own license. So all these years that I'm in real estate, as you can see, I've joined the companies in the middle. Those are all the companies that are properly run in the market, that is run by an estate agent. Okay, now today in the real estate market, we have plenty of agencies, plenty of agents running around, and you have to understand all these companies that host the agency names are supposedly holding a client's account. It means they hold the public money, public funds. And many of you buy houses, you pay those money to those public funds that the client's account that they hold. And to let you know, many of these companies in the market today are not qualified to hold the client's account because it is not managed by an estate agent such as myself. So be careful in where you place your money. Be very, very careful with which company you placed it with, because those companies may not be able to refund or may have a bubble break in their client's account because they misuse their client's account. Okay, so for all these years that I've been in this real estate line, okay, from a negotiator, from a project sales person until to become an MD, this journey has been great. And with all this journey that I've gained, all the skills that I've gained, all the things that I've learned in the market, this is where I've created this wonderful platform for real estate agents, and also a wonderful talk blueprint today for you to learn. Okay, as you have heard from my video, I would like to share some insights of what we have to share with you in order for you to find the right investments and not to get cheated again. Now, these are some of the things that I personally have written out. Not only that I've bought properties that and also buy and sell myself. You can see on screen the residential properties that I bought, many of them there. Okay, then I've also rented residential properties for staffs to stay. Okay, I also became a tenant. Being part of an agent, the best part being an agent is you can always become the landlord. You know, you understand the landlord's thinking, you understand the tenants, how they think, you understand how the buyer and the seller, how they think. So basically, you're in everyone's chair, and of course, you are the middle party. You get to experience all kinds of people around. And of course, I also bought commercial properties. I've invested in terrace factories, invested in shop lots as well, okay, to invest in them and collect rent. And these are some of my portfolio. And also in commercial properties, I've also spent a lot of time renting properties also for my offices and so on and so forth. Because being an agency owner, I have to rent offices and also get my agents to work there and serve those areas of owners and so on and so forth. All right. So these are the things that I've traded and also owned itself. Now, if I can invest in property so safely, okay, it is also important to let you know you can do it, because I'm also a normal human in the market. With all these years learned, of course, I've basically make it, and this is a time that I want to share with you. You can also do it. Now, to begin with, ladies and gentlemen, I think now I would like to let your mind loosen up a bit by having to know whether you should be in the fixed mindset or growth mindset. Many people do not grow or do not be able to make the income they can make from real estate because simply they have failed or they went to the wrong place to learn, and then with that fixed mindset of yours, you forget about it, you move on with life, and you did not learn from your mistakes. So it is important from the screen you see, I would like to open up your mind to basically have a growth mindset. Okay, to have a growth mindset, to look at things, whether if it's a failure offers opportunity and growth. Okay, the more times you fall down, one time you get up, you'll be much stronger. This is the important thing. I've been an agent for 21 years. I've also done bad investments before. But of course, I know how to make good investments more than bad investments. So this is the important thing, and I can lower your risk and lower your mistakes as well. So be in the growth mindset, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make it in real estate. It is very, very important. Okay, now what are your goals and dreams? In real estate, can they give you the goals and dreams? You want to go for your dream holiday? You want to have a passive income printing money machine from real estate? You want to have to fight inflation? Real estate enables you to fight inflation all the way because you cannot control the market forces that is happening. Even though as I speak now, there are people buying properties, there are people renting properties, there are so many things happening in the market as I speak to you now. Of course, you have a good family. Is real estate investment going to give you this blueprint, going to give you a wonderful family to start off with? Okay, and of course, as you see this book, many of you read, the Retire Young, Retire Rich. When is the time you want to retire? Of course, for me, retirement is one big word that I don't want to mention, but some people who like to retire will always want to have real estate backing their savings and getting on with life, because passive income can come from real estate itself. Okay? Many people also come into this problem, the rat race. Using time to trade for money. Getting out of the rat race is important. From those rat race that you get out, whatever savings that you can get, whatever business you are doing, it all falls down. Either you save your money in banks, or you save your money in shares, or you put your money in real estate. Now, the rich always becomes richer because they invest their money smartly. I've seen many billionaires, many industrial customers, many commercial customers, their property blueprint, property portfolio is tremendous. And they even have a team of people managing those properties to enable them to collect their rental returns and so on and so forth from the tenants itself. They have a team to manage it because there are too many of them, too many properties. And of course, you can start off by one and slowly grow to more than 10 properties that you want to own, whether it's commercial, industrial, or even residential. All right. Now, why real estate? Why do we want to share with you real estate as an investment portfolio? Why not other businesses, or why not other things? Why real estate itself? Now, real estate, as we know, is made by human. Okay, land is given by God. There's plenty of land there. You can go and achieve your land. Land, you can go and buy it from developers. You can buy it from individual owners. Okay, but why real estate? Because real estate is part of the three necessities in life. If you invest in real estate is under shelter. Okay, now if we talk of, we don't speak about commercial, industrial first. Let's focus on residential. Residential properties is a need. Whether you have money to buy or no money to buy, you still need it. It's either you rent it or you purchase it. So, which is why residential properties consist of 70% of the market. And in real estate, we always focus on residential first because residential is the easiest entry for investment. So, as you know, we just speak about Malaysia market. Malaysia itself, we always have all this local migration happening, and we have a lot of real estate from KL itself, city center, all the way to the outskirts of the other cities. There's always residential growth in certain good locations, and of course, the longer you hold, the higher the property market. I mean, the higher the prices go. Property is a stamina game. Okay, but of course, you want to hit faster growth, faster ways of flipping, you must know how to identify the right locations. Okay, what types of real estate investment do we have? Of course, you have, if you talk about commercial, industrial, you have factories, you have land, you have shop lots, you even have houses, you have offices, okay, you have high rises, and residential property. Like I said, even in residential itself, residential, you have so many types of residential. You also have apartments, condominiums, you have landed houses, you have even now the Soho, Sovo, Sofo, so many So, and it's SOVO, SOFO, SOHO, so many of them. Okay, and these are they good investments or not? Real estate, if we mention only on residential itself, residential is also vast. You have bungalow land, you have what is this, semi houses, you have cluster houses, you have terrace houses, you have superlink houses, you have single story, double story, 3 stories, so many types of properties, and also condo, of course the condominiums, and apartments and studios as well. So many things. What are the best aim? Is it best to identify the right product at the right location? This is the question. Many of us do not know because you are upsold by this particular guru or particular person or the agent who just tell you this is best. But have you done your research? Price is good, easy to rent out. The rental will be 2,000, 3,000 ringgit. Did you do your research? The question is, did you manage to check, is the rental returns or the yield able to reach the level that those persons are mentioning? Okay. Why start with residential? Likewise, like I mentioned, residential is the easiest entry, okay? But you can also burn your hands in residential because there's so many investments, so many packages in the market that comes with many cash rebates, many discounts. Some today even throw you money to ask you to buy a property so that you buy it, you can get cash out of investing the property. Now, is that good? We'll discuss that later. Now, residential is the best way to start because it's the easiest possible investment that you can easily get a tenant because many people need to rent. Okay, if you buy a residential property, you'll be looking at a pool of customers or tenants that will come to your property to rent it or lease it because they simply couldn't buy it yet and they need the space for dwelling. Okay, so start with residential because residential can give you the highest margin of loan as well, which is 90. Okay, of course, industrial, commercial, some of you may know last year it was used to be 85, now also came up to 90. But when we speak of residential, it has the lowest amount of down payments and lowest entry, lowest risk. Okay, lowest risk. People, I always start off with residential by saying this: if the property cannot rent out, I still can stay. If you buy a factory, you cannot rent out, what are you going to do with it? You can't stay in a factory. Or you want to stay in a shop lot. If you can't rent out a shop lot, would you want to stay in a shop lot? Why not buy a residential property? If you can't lease it out, at least you have a place to dwell. Okay, so residential is always the lowest risk among all properties. And likewise, I said, it consists 70% of the market. Transactions happen every year. 70% of the transactions that happen are residential properties. Okay, this is how we look at it as a professional, and we do this calculation. When we look at all the transactions from JPPH, we can see majority in the market residential transactions because we need it. All right. Now, why Malaysia's residential now is good to enter? Now, Malaysia, don't listen to all the negative thoughts, negative things that people say. Malaysia is a bad place to invest. We are all Malaysians. When we look at Malaysia as a whole, we have local migrations, meaning to say other people who are living in other states coming to the KL city itself to work or Selangor to work. The local migration allows Klang Valley to have the highest growth of pricing because we simply have strong local migration from other states, population coming in, working in the city center or the outskirts of the city center, and they buy and rent homes around the city center, which is why you see Klang Valley is the main aim. And then you go to places like Penang or other states, the capital of the states, like Johor. Johor is also a growing market, growing state, growing capital. Why? Because simply because there's crowding of Singapore. There's too many people in Singapore, and a lot of people stay in Johor who works in Singapore. And JB itself has a strong population because many people choose a lower cost of living in JB and to go over to Singapore to work. So when you look at all the fundamentals of our country, is Malaysia still a good place to invest in residential? My answer to you is yes. You just need to know and study where exactly to invest as a right investment. Now, going through all these skills that we will share with you later on, also, Malaysia can be said as a place where many people, even other countries, from foreigners from other countries, aim to buy properties in Malaysia. Why? Simply because we have influx, not only from local migration, from also the foreign countries around ASEAN. We have people coming from many other countries around Malaysia, around our ASEAN region, who comes to Malaysia and dwells here and chooses a job here to work, which is why we have the Bangladeshis, we have the Myanmars, we have Thais, we have Vietnamese, we have Laos, Cambodia, even Indonesia, of course, who comes into Malaysia and chooses Malaysia as a place to dwell and work. Why? Because we are a place that has a land of opportunity. And of course, we are strategically located also in one of the busiest highways in the world, which is the Straits of Malacca. That's why we can offer so much job opportunity, and many foreigners come here, which is why I would say these are the external factors that make Malaysia still a choice for any investments. I know some of you Malaysians may think, hey, crazy, we rent a house, we rent to Bangladesh, or we rent to foreigners, is not good, we rent to Myanmar. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. They are human too. Same thing as what happened to all of us many years ago, 100 years ago, to our father or grandfathers. We were also immigrants coming to the country. So wake up. Malaysia is a country where all immigrants come to for a land of opportunity and job, and we have to accept this fact that today we are no longer immigrants because we were born here, and of course we are a citizen here, and now there's new people, new immigrants coming from other countries looking for opportunity, and Malaysia shares that opportunity with many of these foreigners. This is the land that I believe over the past hundreds of years has been giving opportunity to many land around this peninsula itself. So yes, this is the main external factor that I would like to share with you that brings Malaysia's residential property to a certain level where I believe you will get the demand, and of course you will also have oversupply in certain areas. Julian asked me, is there an oversupply in residential properties? Yes and no. You have to look at the location, you have to look at areas where there is certain products that are oversupply and there are certain products that is not oversupply. So we'll get to that there later. Okay, we'll get to that. Now, the first strategy that I'm going to share with you now is, I believe many of you may also know, and also I'm going to describe much more further into it. So what is the main thing that we want to look at when we invest in residential? I think in property, we always want to look at yield. Okay. Now, the question is, what is the yield we are looking at today? Is it 5%? Is it 4%? Is it 6%? You're talking about 20 years ago, 15 years ago, many people look at between 6 to 8%. Okay. Are you able to get a 7 or 8% yield property today? My friend, don't listen to people telling you there's no such thing as 6%, there's no such thing as 7%. Nowadays, people say 5% already. Some real estate agents even share with you, ayo, uncle, auntie, where got 5% anymore? Now people look at 4%. These are all bullshit. Okay? What percentage you want to buy depends on what you want really to the market, and whatever you are asking from them and whatever you're offering for them. So if you can offer a property and get 7%, that is your capability and your strength in power, because when you are a purchaser, you're an investor, you have choices to look at. Okay, I myself, in the past 3 years, also been able to find two properties, one factory, one commercial property at a rental rate of about 7.5% yield. So who said you cannot get 7% yield? You can, okay? You can. So when I speak about yields, gross rental yield, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to invest in a real estate, the gross rental yield and net rental yield, you have to determine, and you have to be strong and don't move too low, too low on this number, okay? Or don't expect too high from this number. Be generous and be real, because what really can the market give you, and based on the location that you are choosing to buy or invest, those yields that are there, you have to be very, very real on it and research what are the yields that can cater to you. Now, of course, when you talk about yield, those of you do not know how to calculate your yield. Yield is basically your 12 months rental, your per month rental times 12, which is your per annum. You divide it with a purchase price, the property value that you plan to invest with, okay? Then you times with 100, that's the percentage you get, basically your yield, okay? If you are talking about your net yield, you have to minus off your expenses, then only your rental income minus your expenses, then you divide by the property value, then times 100, you get the yield that you want, okay? What expenses do you have to minus off from your property? You basically minus your quit rent, your assessments, your renovation costs, whatever things that your service, your maintenance fee, your service sinking fund, and so on and so forth, and then you get your net yield itself. Now, I'm very, very sure normally people look at yield is because they want to see whether they can cover the loan or not. Because when you buy a property, unless you are buying cash, you see what, if you are buying cash, basically you're putting versus your money in FD, okay, in fixed deposit. If you are putting your money in the fixed deposit, you probably get about 2%, 2.3, 2.4%. And then if you put all your cash into a property, you're basically looking at what yield percentage from the rental income that you can get. Maybe you can get 5%, 6%, 7%. Now, if you're borrowing from the bank, you are definitely going to be looking at what interest are you going to pay, and whether is the yield able to cover the interest that you're paying every year. So those are the things that, if you see from the yields perspective, we want to look at the yield in Malaysia at least minimum of 5%. Of course, some prime areas, people look at 4% and even 3.5%. That really depends on you, because besides just earning from yields, okay, many, of course, look at the next thing that I'm going to share with you is capital gains. Now, if you look at yields, I'll give you an example. I recently bought a property in this PJ, okay, Kelana Jaya. It's a 2-story property that I bought under a company. What I get from there is the owner who's renting the ground floor to do a uniform, selling uniform. It's a retail selling uniform. Upstairs is an office. The property prices in that area is selling about 1.5, 1.6 million for a 2-story commercial lot, okay, in PJ Kelana Jaya. So I bought this property in 2022. I just transacted in by January this year, fully transacted, because it's some title transfer issue. So what happened was, after 1.5 years from the transaction, the tenancies all expired. We renewed the tenancy. My rate after I got the property was, sorry, I haven't tell you what price I bought. I bought it. The price was 1.5, 1.6 at market. I managed to buy it 2 years ago for about 870,000. Now, how on earth and how the hell did I get that price? Basically, because it was a property that was not so nice in condition for the office, and of course, there was no buyers, no takers, no investors 2 years ago, because due to MCO, many people still hold back, still don't want to invest in real estate or take out their money. So that is the time that I came up in the market to also invest, because there's plenty of good properties in the market. So I paid for it 870, and now the yield that I'm getting from this property is about 8%, okay, because I managed to rent out at a good rate, and of course the office as well, and I'm getting an 8%, and the tenants are renewing the ground floor tenant renewed the tenancy as well. So by maximizing on this yield, okay, the yield that I'm getting at 8% was tremendous. That's gross, not the net yield, it's a gross yield. But why they are able to get 8%? Because you do proper market research in the whole area, what people are renting, and after MCO happened, many tenants start coming in, things revive, things are moving back, and today you can see all the prices has come up because F&B started back. All the businesses in the market all came back in and rent properties. That's why the rental returns all came up, and there's not many empty units anymore, and that's where I get my yields. Okay, so you have to be able to identify this as well as an example to give you where to shop and get this kind of properties and where to hunt for it. Okay, this is very, very important. Rental is low. Peikiang, where do you mean rental is low? And of course, Michael, you said depending on area location. Yes, property is always location. The location 3 times is very, very important. All right. And on top of yield, the next thing that I want to share with you is how do we get this CG? Now, CG is called capital gain. Okay, this is where my blueprint emphasizes on 6 figures income from real estate. If you understand this concept of capital gain, this is where you learn how to make your 6 figures income in real estate. The yields are always there to cover, to make sure your installments are paid, your investments is making an ROI, return on investment. And where do you actually get your 6 figure income? By identifying the right property to get your capital gain. The capital gain is the increase in value of an asset relative to the price that was originally paid for, which means you paid the property for 300,000 and now you're going to sell it for 500,000, you're going to earn a gross about 200,000 income. How do you make this 200,000? How do you exactly identify by making this capital gain? Take back my example just now that I mentioned to you, my Kelana Jaya. I bought the property for 870. The transacted value is about 1.5, 1.6 million. Let's say at 1.5 million. That's transacted, meaning market price in the market. It was transacted before. Then I didn't buy it at 1.5. I bought it at 870. What is my capital gain? Now, a neighboring unit just sold early this year for 1.4 million. Okay, 1.4 million. So there is 1.4. And there's the highest transaction, 1.6. So if I manage to sell it at 1.6 at the transaction value that has already happened, I'm gaining a capital gain of 1.6 minus 870. That is close to about 730,000. Okay, 730,000. So that's what we call a capital gain. I mean residential property rental income versus purchase price of residential property. In your case, you purchase at a discounted price. Correct? Yes. Rental is low. Residential, yes, because you know, I know what you are going through, because what you are going through. Now, residential property, why rental prices are lower than expected? I will come to that slide later and explain to you why many of you suffered from lower rental returns, lower rental prices per month in comparison to what was promised in the real estate that you have invested. All right, I will share with you that Peikiang. Okay, coming back to this first, capital appreciation. Now this is very fun because when you get to see the capital appreciation that has grown, the money that you made it, if you don't need it, you keep it there. If you need it, you sell the property, you can get the returns, and you will be enjoying those money that you sold it for. Of course, those capital appreciation that you gain, current value minus purchase price, that is your capital appreciation. With that, is this your 6 figure income that you make. It doesn't only apply to commercial, it applies to all round terrace factories or even land or even residential. When we come to residential properties has the can you make 100,000 and above for residential property? Of course you can. Location is very important. I share with you my residential investment that has made more than 100,000. It's only an apartment. Okay, it's only an apartment. If you look at this apartment in it's called Sri Ara Sri Ara apartments in Ara Damansara. Those days I was working, my office was in Ara Damansara. I identified a walk-up apartment that was within the Ara Damansara vicinity, was a medium cost apartment. Okay, it was selling from about 150,000 to 190,000. Okay, for first floor, second floor. Now the apartment has 5 levels: ground, first, second, third, fourth. So there are 5 levels. When you look at a walk-up apartment, the higher it goes, the cheaper it is. The lower it goes, the higher the value is. So when you're talking about the ground floor, it has the highest value. But the ground floor, people say, people throw rubbish in front of my unit, very dirty, very smelly. And people can walk past, can see me and doing, I put curtains also can hear me, what am I doing inside? I can hear me doing private things and whatever not. Now, the property idea works this way, it's simple. Walk-up apartment, the lower it is, the more expensive. The higher it is, the cheaper. Condominiums is supposedly the other way around. The higher it is, the more expensive. The lower it is, the cheaper, if you have a lift. So let's talk about the Sri Ara apartments in Ara Damansara, where of course, the best unit, they would say the best value is always the first floor, because the first floor is, you only walk 1 flight of stairs or 2 flights of stairs. Now, when you see a walk-up apartment, I identified one in Sri Ara apartments, which is in Ara Damansara. That was the time I saw before the developers of TT Jaya and the rest of them came in and built all the condos in the middle H2O. Before all this came in, I knew many developments are coming up in the location. Many new condominiums are coming out. What happens when those condominiums are building? Prices will go up because they pull the old prices to come up. So I identified this this apartment, where definitely people will buy and rent, because there's people who has a budget on it, they want to buy the cheaper ones. Those days this was like more than 10 years ago. I knew that this part I can make a big capital gain from these apartments. Why? Because there will be a very big price pool by these condominiums. So I entered those properties at the price of between 160,000 to about 190,000. Okay, I even pulled in my sisters to come in. Some of my sisters bought about 210, 220. So when we sold those properties after 5 years to write off the RPGT, okay, we flipped it. Some even sold earlier because the RPGT was just coming back. We managed to sell at about 310 to 340,000. So that was the time where we sold it, and then we made the 100,000 plus 6-figure income. Okay, investment returns from that particular. We just call it a medium cost apartment. Medium cost is middle range apartments. Okay, walk up ones, not even the brand new nice ones. But how do you basically identify this? Because of the external factors happening in Ara Damansara, and of course that time LRT also haven't run yet, and many things like this came in, and definitely the property prices will go up. So you need to identify, even at old low cost or medium cost apartments, you can also still make this kind of figure. Low cost, you're probably hard to make 6-figure, but medium cost, if you identify the right place with the right facilities around, amenities around, you are able to do that. Okay. Now, so this is one part I want to share with you, how basically capital appreciation has worked wonderfully for me on the residential side and also on the commercial side. Commercial property command better ROI and rental as high demand for commercial use. Business can afford higher rental. Yes and no, Michael, but because there are places where commercial properties don't give you that good yield as well. You need to also identify commercial is a higher risk in comparison to residential, because residential is a mass market. Residential, everyone will aim for it. It's a mass market, easier to cheat also, but commercial you require a lot more study. People also burn their hands in commercial and industrial. Imagine yourself, I give you an example, if you would have invested in Bukit Beruntung or Serendah area or Sungai Chok area 20 to 25 years ago, okay, my friend, you will definitely burn your fingers. Okay, Bukit Beruntung factories will be torn down, you'll be vandalized, and it's horrible. Now, fast forward now 25 years, 20 years later, now, Is it a good time to go to places like this to buy terrace factories and industrial properties? Today, Bukit Beruntung is no longer the Bukit Beruntung those days. Those days it's called Bukit Beruntung, but tak ada untung. Today, Bukit Beruntung banyak untung. You can go there and see it has changed. Why? Because of urbanization. Things has been more expensive in Batu Cave in the northern area of KL. So people move out to more cheaper areas. So if you ask me, even I have a friend here, my co-agent that worked with me. You can see the Jason Lau in this chat here now, in this group, in this Zoom. He is one of the guys that's successfully covering this northern region. He also seen, if you have gone in 25 years ago to Bukit Beruntung, Sungai Chow, Sungai Buaya, Rawang, further up, okay, you will burn your fingers. You will definitely burn your fingers. Why? Timing. That's later I'll teach you one thing. There's one slide I'm telling you earlier now. It's called timing. Because those days, people buy Bukit Beruntung with the fact that there's a wind blowing outside, saying that the airport is going to be there. Our KLIA is going to be there. So, based on speculation, based on gurus, based on people who are talking, every Tom, Dick and Harry in Malaysia try to buy land lah, buy house lah, buy factory lah, buy shop. Everywhere and buy in Bukit Beruntung. And the name so nice, you know. They name it Bukit Beruntung. So everyone thought, okay, I'm going to definitely untung. I'm going to a hill that's going to give me profits. But then again, many burned their fingers in the northern region of Selangor. Many went into bankruptcy. I think some of you are at the age of those days, 20, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, where people mention about Bukit Beruntung, all will say foul language out. Okay, today, as we are an industrial agency, as we are a company that is doing industrial, I can strongly tell you, Bukit Beruntung already start to untung. Yeah, Michael, good one, you cheat by Talam. I don't want to mention name lah, okay, but Talam, yeah, so long ago, people, Talam not only cheat on there, many places, people burn their fingers, okay, but I don't want to mention who is the people that cheat here, cheat there, but of course, how do you or myself can teach you how to identify such things that is dangerous and such people who will probably definitely cheat your pocket money or your savings to go and buy. How do you identify these issues? Okay. Now, between when we speak just residential, if I talk about commercial, industrial, definitely 3 hours is not enough. I have to focus more on this residential, because residential, if you look at the screen to now, at your screen, there's 2 types of residential. It's either you go to high-rise or you go to landed. Now, I will focus more examples on these 2, because if you invest in high-rise in Malaysia, there's plenty of location that you need to identify, from KLCC itself all the way to the outskirts of other states, even to Johor Bahru. Okay? Now, if you invest in KLCC, is it good to invest in high-rise? There's no house for you to buy in KL. If you want to buy a house in KL, you have to buy probably in Jalan Changkat Bukit Bintang. Those houses are all commercial. To buy a house in KL today is extremely expensive because it has commercial value in it. So that means commercial value means the house can use for commercial usage. But if you are buying a high-rise in KL, which because KL has scarcity of land, is it a good investment to invest in KL? Yes, but also no, because you have to identify who is the right developer building, the right package, the right property, because KL, if you invest in a high-rise, every 100 meter counts. Every 100 meter of amenities surrounding that counts. What is next to the building also counts. Some properties in KL, they are still pricey, still very pricey, and they are still also very hard to sell. Example, some condos that those days people bought, they want to resell it, is next to the cemetery. Are you going to be buying those good ones? Local people won't buy to stay because it's next to a cemetery. Many will rather buy away from the cemetery. So, some properties that you buy in KL, you are unable to see that because the building is not up. So, of course, as a developer, when I sell to you, I would not show you is it next to a cemetery or not. Okay? Now, are you able to check it out? Yes, you can. Did you check? That's the question. So, high rises in KL, yes and no. And there is also you must be able to identify which is the proper and right investment and the targeted property that has the right yield returns. Don't trust what others tell you. This is the return you're going to get. This is the rental you're going to get. Do your own research. Do your own research, all right? That is the important thing. Now, taking in account, that is why you're talking about KLCC. Another place, is it good to invest if a high-rise condominium comes up in Ipoh? Big question mark. Ipoh can or not? So that part, you will be saying, Ipoh city center, many Perakians or Ipoh people who staying there will definitely have buy a landed house. So much land more in Ipoh, so much land surrounding Ipoh. So why would I buy an investment high-rise in Ipoh town itself? So if you look at the condominiums in Ipoh, okay, there are takers, there are people who buy. Majority, maybe some of the people in Ipoh, some of it from outskirts, they buy it for Airbnb. Many will use it for Airbnb, many for investment purposes. When you do it for Airbnb and all these investment purposes, you are able to rent it out. You can get yields. But my question is, do you able to get your capital gain? This is the thing that you have to focus and understand and identify. Yield is yield. Capital gain is capital gain. Okay? You must be able to differentiate and how to look at these two and gain the best from two of it itself. Now, high rises, you have to focus. In KL, it works. Why? Because got no land. You go to Ipoh, you do high rise. Can work or not? Big question mark. Now, the next big question a lot of you will want to hear. Can you buy a high rise in JB? That is another question. Is JB successful in building high rises and getting the penghunis or the people to come in and say the dwellers? Now, I will say yes and no again. You look at where. Where is the property going to be built? Okay? If you have invested in a property in JB, a high rise, you may not be able to get the yields that you are getting. Like just now, you mentioned, just now mentioned that the rentals are low. Okay, some of you taking rental, some of the rental income for residential property is low. I would take JB as an example. You have invested into high rise. You expected to rent out the property at a high return. And because, of course, the agents and the people would have sold you at the time you are near to Singapore, influx of people coming, working there, want to stay in JB so you can get high rental. So many developers went to Singapore, built high rises. Of course, you're nearer, like Princess Cove, you're nearer to the border, okay, you're nearer to the bridges, the custom, you are able to get a fetch a better returns. But those at the outskirts, for you to go and interview a JB person who is staying there, every Johorian will tell you, Johor, we don't want to stay in condo, we prefer to stay in landed, because Johor still got a lot of landed, still got a lot of land everywhere, and people are still staying in landed properties. Condos are just a new trend. Of course, new trend, people are staying in the new trend condo because of facilities and amenities. But you find it a problem. Why? Because Johor, if you buy a condominium and you try to resell it at a higher value, you will always get stuck because you cannot get a capital gain, and it's a much slower growth in terms of capital appreciation. Why? Because so many developers are building. If I'm going to buy a condominium, why would I buy second-hand from you? I got so many other packages out there to buy. Now, that is the catch. You must understand how to look at and study the market, and not just people tell you, oh, condo very good in JB because got many people there from Singapore, then you go buy. Okay? If you go and see Johor, there's so much land. There's still plenty of land everywhere to build landed houses. And if you buy landed houses in Johor, it has better escalation of price in comparison to condominiums. Okay? Because it's not Singapore. If you're inside Singapore, inside within that island, you got no choice. Okay? Singapore is like a city center. Your landed property became commercial value, but your condominiums, HDBs are all very, very expensive because there's high demand. But you come out of Johor, out of Singapore, just across the border, which is in Johor. Johor State got plenty of land. Okay, and recently, I believe you also have heard the Forest City. They have given the free trade zone there to increase more activity in Forest City, because otherwise Forest City, You don't have people going there. You don't have people renting places. You don't have people those who bought the property are not staying, dwelling there. So that's why that became a very quiet place. So yes, you have to know where is it that the people will go to. Okay, what are the demand and supply? The oversupply of condominiums in Johor is because there is no people buying to stay. The people that are staying in Johor are the people who are staying in the landed properties, which is why those who have paid to buy landed properties in Johor, you make money. Okay? And those, many of you that bought condominiums in Johor, you are able to rent out, but you are unable to get the capital appreciation, capital gain that you want by flipping the property because the market certainly unable to reach there yet. There's no demand at that part because there's plenty of supply coming up everywhere. So it is a demand and supply situation. And when you talk about, I mean, Johor is a very, JB is a very good place to explain both landed houses and high-rise because these two products has a very big different demand. Landed properties, you talk about Bukit Indah, you talk about any landed properties, Seribong Cove, prices go up. High-rises, prices get stagnant. You only plan to rent it out. It's hard to sell it for second-hand value. You've got very minimal buyers looking at it. Okay, of course, you also need to look at location. Now, landed houses has always got the highest capital appreciation and the yield is always lower. Why? Because landed houses are always sorted out. People, Malaysia, we have plenty of land. People still want to buy landed houses. You come to Klang Valley, there's one place who has a growth of landed houses prices where you go to Puncak Alam, the northern side of Shah Alam, where the growth is many developers are building landed houses there, and always landed houses are sold off very easily because people plan to aim and stay in landed houses and they get a highway come to KL to work. And then another place you see landed houses has flourished in terms of pricing is Gamuda Cove, Bandar Saujana Putra and the Rimbayu region. These places where majority developers are building houses in order to bring in the products for the market to buy. And people are buying those houses because they want landed. They want to stay in landed because Malaysia got plenty of land. And then we are not in KLCC area or KL Center. So that's why landed houses in these places fetch better value and increase in value faster in comparison to the condominiums that you buy in this location. If you buy a condominium in all this location, Puncak Alam or Rimbayu or Saujana Putra, you will not be able to get a capital appreciation as much as the landed houses. This is fact. No bullshit. You look at transaction or look at iProperty, look at Property Guru, you will see exactly what I say, the trend of growth up and down in the graph itself for these prices. Landed will always shoot up because it's a sorted demanded property. High rises in outskirts will always be slower in appreciation in comparison to landed houses. This is fact. Okay? Capital gain should be our main focus. Pei Kiang, of course, is going to be your main focus because if you want to, today you are here to listen to this blueprint, you want to make six-figure income, which all of us want to, or even some properties, if you come to a stage where you can tahan long enough, you can make 7 figures also. But let's look at the 6 figures because that is the best way for you to look at in terms of getting a big income out of it. Of course, with the big income that you want to get, if you get a good yield, you're able to cover your costings. But if you are not able to, it's like chipping in every month as a forced saving for yourself. Okay? So whether is it landed or high-rise, which is better, you really have to look at the location as well. And what are the surroundings of the market able to give you as well. Okay? Research is very, very, very important. Now, landed property should be our focus versus high-rise. Like I said, location. Come to KL, you want to invest in KL area, there's no landed for you. KL, you got no landed. KL, you have to look at high rises. And high rises, there's also a gain in pricing. Okay, capital gains are also there in KL. But you have to identify the right ones in KL itself. Because KL got plenty. Okay, and the majority of the big gurus or so and so forth want to sell you those packages in KL. KL got so many packages. Sometimes those packages can be very scary. They even give you back money to buy. So is that good or not? You ask yourself whether if people give you money to buy things, is it good or not? Okay. Okay. The next slide I will share with you is new developments or subsale. Now, between these two, of course, when we talk about new developments, the property that is the new ones that is coming up in, let's talk about KL itself, our city center. There's always new properties developing. Okay, prices are competitive. They give you packages as well. The packages are also extremely competitive. Some even give you cash, okay, to buy a property. Now, when they give you cash, this is the question where we want to ask ourselves, boleh ke tak boleh? You bayar saya cash, or you are like enticing me to buy a property by giving me cash. You are enticing me to come in because you certainly want to give me renovation fees or electronics fees or whatever to buy electronic items. What was the main thing that last time people always do when you buy a property? Save your freaking money. Or take your EPF account too. You must have savings when you come and buy a property. Okay? Not depending, of course, if you have a pharma bank, which is our father, mother, they want to sponsor you a bit, you have somebody to help you out. Yes, that is how we got savings. But today, the market has turned out to be, hey brother, sister, come buy property, I give you cash. And when people get this cash, they get enticed to it, the cash becomes dangerous. It becomes, they incur more debt than they actually should be able to take up. So the new developments, they made this way to allow purchasers or consumers like you to come in by enticing you with this, and this is honestly a catch. If you really take the money to go and buy furniture or buy what that is important for your house, it's okay. But many of them took the money to go and buy what? Buy car, buy more liabilities. And today, in the agency market, let me share this with you. We also have agents in the market who likes to work with other bankers and lawyers and so on and so forth, trying to find names, okay, to cheat the bank and to get a purchaser to cheat the bank's money out, so the agents get paid very high, and then that person that bought the property that I see will be bankrupt and cannot pay for. So many of these things happen, and the banks are very, very careful in dealing with this kind of people because there's so much problems that has happened because the agency world cannot take the agency world cannot take care of their customers, and they're doing this to basically earn profit and don't have ethics anymore. Okay. Pros and cons and should be in reverse order. New, uncertain, pros, uncertain risk. Yeah, it's reverse. Sorry, it's reverse, correct. So the pros and cons should be reversed. So if you look at the new property, when you invest in new properties, that's one thing. They give you cash, and of course, like I said, that's not. If you look at the cons should be on top. Sorry, the pros should be on the bottom. The cons on top. You see uncertainty. Uncertainty risks to be abandoned. Can projects be abandoned? Malaysia is a country where developers can come from all sorts of background. Okay, you don't need to have a construction license, or you don't need to have a engineer license to become a developer. You can be selling burger and then you turn into a developer. Okay, this is Malaysia. So the risk of properties being abandoned, plenty. Okay, so you have to identify whether the property developer can finish the job or not. Long waiting time, and you need to pay your service, your installments for the interest that is being charged to you by the bank releasing the money if you take up a loan. If not, you have still to pay by cash following the progressive payment. Unable to grasp the reality, need more time to build the community. Of course, you go to a new area, new people come in, you need time to build. It's not a matured area. These are the things that if you get a new property, in comparison to subsale, of course, if you buy a secondary market, you can move in. It's real. You can feel the property. New property, the cons is you go there, you only feel what the agents speak. They are selling you a dream. You go to the land, you only can touch the soil or touch the wall or touch the so-called showroom, okay? Or you can only feel the showroom, that's all, but not your property itself. And you do not get to see the view of it unless you get a drone view of it. So compared to sub-sale, you immediately can feel it. You get your 5 senses in, okay? You get to know how the property looks like, and you can even move in, okay? Move into the property as well. And basically, you view already, you can make a decision immediately without dreaming about it. Then immediate inspection for any defects, any problem that's included, you can know how to settle it, and situated in a matured location. Of course, sub-sale normally, the property is already matured, you'll be able to see it, and it's a more matured decision compared to a new one. And then you come to the pros. New, of course, you get modern house, wide range of options. They're eligible for discounts, and then you got 24 months defect liability. These are the pros of having a new home. New houses, you have that, but some people like to buy new things. They will go for that. Of course, sub-sale information transparency. Sometimes information transparency, people say agent like to hide. Yes, I can tell you honestly, I'm an agent. You cannot 100% trust an agent fully. You have to do your own research. Agents will always tell you what you want to hear. They won't tell you what you don't want to hear. It's fact. Okay? When I'm a purchaser myself, I also listen to agents, but I also will go and find my own facts. That is why property, you must understand, if you want to plan to invest in it, you have to listen to multiple feedbacks and multiple information providers, not one person, and you make a decision. Okay? Agents are trained to close the deal. Same like if you are buying insurance, an insurance agent is meant for trading, multiple training by the bosses to learn how to close the deal with you. They are taught to explain, but they are taught also to close the deal. But when you come with rejections, you know how does the agent work? I'm an agent for 21 years coming. We will have a list of all your questions that you ask, especially when you're selling projects, okay? And we have a comparison timetable of all the different projects that we will think that where you will go to after my showroom visit. You'll go there and see. So they were basically trained to look at those figures and the things that is compared with, and to answer you and to tell you and to brainwash you so that you will fucking buy the property that you just came in. And you need to only focus on this. Don't look at others because mine is the best. They are trained to speak that way. So my question to you is, can you trust one person only? To trust yourself is to do your own engagement of research. So you have to check and identify which particular property is that you are able to find the pros and cons, the disadvantages and advantages of each property. Then only you make a decision. Okay? I have made decisions before without doing research. I burn my fingers. All right? So sub-sale, information transparency. It's like sometimes if you buy a sub-sale property, if you look at a sub-sale property, does the agent going to tell you, let's say the previous owner or previous tenant passed away inside, killed himself, murdered himself inside, or murdered his girlfriend inside? Are they going to tell you this? No. Where are you going to get this information? You need to find out where to get this information. So don't until you shift in, then only you fill out some spiritual activity happening or whatever not. Then how are you going to deal with it? Too late. Okay? So all these things are the items that you need to find out how to go and check these extra informations. Fixed price without any discounts, limited to no choice. Now, fixed price without discounts, when you say about fixed price without discounts, I'm pretty sure if some of you would have attended some gurus out there, they will teach you how to use sub-sale, multiple loan submissions and all these things, which I'm going to discuss with you later. They can even teach you, can get rebate from sub-sale. Okay? Many people do that, do markup and things like that. So, come back to this. To buy ethically lah. Don't do all this nonsense. You are cheating the bank's money basically. Okay, buy within your means. Don't go over the limit. You don't buy within your means, you're going to burn your fingers and burn your life as well. So limited to no choice. Not to say no choice. Sub-sale actually. Why we say limited to no choice? Because the properties are matured there. New projects, you got multiple units to choose. Sub-sale, you only got that unit to choose or that few units to choose. unable to charge the previous owner for any defects. Yes, and of course, you today in subsale, you also have this thing called, if you have a good renovation guy or a good person who can identify defects, they actually go and visit with you. But you yourself have to go into the property and identify yourself. Sometimes, I tell you, I share with you one thing. I am an agent. I trusted one of my agents. I don't want to mention her name, don't want to mention which company she's from. I trusted her as my ex-colleague. I bought a property for my aunt to stay, okay? And this agent, which I trusted, I know, can even cheat you to buy a property that she repainted the problems of the wall, okay, which I identified later on, and I had to pay a big amount of money to do it. She went and repainted the wall, okay, and said that the property looks very nice and new. So when you go into a property, the property looks very beautiful and nice. You never know whether there's a cover up before that or not. So eventually that property will have some leaking issues, major leaking issue, which she cover up with the paint. And that can also happen to people like me. So don't trust anyone, not even your own colleagues or friends sometimes. They're very, very dangerous, okay? They didn't tell the exact problem that came up in the apartment that I bought for my aunt. And the place has some major leaking issue, which was all covered up with paint, okay? So this, of course, this is a subsale. It can happen to me, it can happen to you. So very, very dangerous is, of course, how do you identify? You can't go there and scrape off the thing, okay? If it happens to you, you have to deal with it with pay extra cost. But like I said, my lesson learned is agents. I'm an agent myself. I also cannot trust the agent anymore. All right? But of course, that one is just, I'm not going to buy anything from her anymore. Okay, seller hazards. Seller hazards. What is the GRR? GRR has its own risk too. Of course, GRR has its own risk. My dear friends, GRR, guarantee rental returns. Let me see. One by one, I look at your so many questions. What about Podixon? Wow. Wait. One by one, my friend. What about Podixon, condos, apartments, the Langkawi, Kwa, these two places? How is your assessment? Okay, good question. Podixon, condos, of course, as you know, Podixon where got population to take up all these properties. I would say if you're doing this kind of condos, you're basically looking for holiday goers, weekend holiday goers, Airbnbs to happen. Now, my next question is, how's the tourism in these two areas? Is there any activity or any push by the government or by the local government on these areas? Are there a lot of activities pushing for local tourism or even foreign tourism? That's my question. So if you ask me, Subhash, I wouldn't want to put down Podixon or Langkawi, but if you go there and feel it yourself, you'll be able to see and feel what I mentioned. And I wouldn't want to say that the place cannot be invested, but it's not a place that I would want to expect high returns or high capital gain returns. So because you need to really see the tourism. If you compare like Langkawi, I would like to say that I've traveled to many countries. I would say that if you compare Langkawi, which is another 30 minutes flight away, is Phuket. These two islands, you see the difference of a major difference of foreign investments and property investments. Phuket is a crazy international investment island. Okay, many people from Europe, everywhere invest there. But Langkawi, how much I visited Langkawi, I've seen resorts there for sale. But you compare an apple to an apple, the tourism there is still not the level of world renowned to be able to be invested and gain a lot of capital appreciation. That's my take. Okay. Ayo, wait, drop down very fast. Pros and cons should be in reverse order. Okay, correct. Issues about abandoned project. If we go to abandoned project later, yes, again, concern is to sell. Buy interest is not concerned. How about condo come with GRR scheme? Haha, good question. Genting, I think, is a good place to buy a unit to stay. Many agents there tell you, hey, you buy a unit here, you can save aircon usage money, you can save TNB. and then you stay in Genting, you open your window, you can enjoy cold air, you don't have to pay for aircon. Yes, 1 month you save 350 ringgit to 600 ringgit worth of TNB bill. Of course, people also say, hey, you stay in Klang, you also go to KL work 1 hour plus, but you stay in Genting also 1 hour, no difference, better you stay in Genting. Also good thing. So these schemes that has gone on GRR in Genting is mainly for people who really want to rent out the property for holiday goers, weekends, but they're getting a bit more oversupply now, okay? So if you ask me, I would rather, if you think like what I just now mentioned, you plan to stay in Genting or your own weekend home or your own place to dwell, and you want to enjoy good aircon, good air, good cold air, and then you want to stay there and go to work in KL, I think it's a better choice if you have that kind of thinking to buy a property in Genting. If you think about just GRR, I think the graph has already gone to a place where the price is quite high now. It's selling more than $1,000 per square feet now. So yeah, so it is a game that you have to carefully look at, because rental returns, if they don't able to give you the GRR or rental returns, they will also negotiate with you. They can't pay you, and the operator will also go bust. So very, very dangerous. Okay, GRR has got risk one. Nothing comes with 100% one. Nothing comes with 100%. So you have to be careful also with the GRRs that they offer you. You are in the line for years and yet you face this issue. We are not spared of facing bad experience. Yes, that's why, of course, for me to be in the line to have faced this, but I know how to get out of it very easily. Okay? I know how to get out of it and I know how to fix it. I know the people to fix at the cheapest cost to get things done. Because every property show got problem. If you got problem, you need to know how to deal with it. I also will get cheated. I'm not saying that I won't fully get cheated, but to minimize you getting cheated, it is very, very important that you fit yourself with the skills to do so. Okay? Be wary when the property is newly painted. Yeah, you have to be very careful. Many projects launched in Penang offering GR. Same thing. If you look at Penang, when they offer you GR, why they offer GR? Because they are confident they can get the place rented out at much better rental returns to gain profit from there. The operators think this way. So if you choose a GRR, you must also ask who's the operator. Who is guaranteeing you the GRR? And the person can guarantee you, really can guarantee, is the operator doing the rent Airbnb or the hoteling business, can they really guarantee you? You also need to check, because many just tempt you in to buy a GR property, but they can't give you, and then they go bust. At the end of the day, you also will be the one suffering from the GR. There's no GR at the end of the day for you if they go bust. You'll notice that the company which signed a GR with you is different for the developer. Likely is the company which signed. Yes, exactly. So many people, like what Suen is doing here, is due diligence. In real estate, I train agents to do due diligence. What you are looking at now here is, I'm talking about, your Suen is mentioning is actually due diligence. If you don't do your due diligence and check the companies that are dealing with you, you have a major issue. Same thing if you're buying a property from an agent. The agent, if you did not check the agency or check the qualification, you put the money in one agency, can also go hilang. Lawyer also same thing. You put money in your lawyer also can go hilang. So you have to do your due diligence. Sad state compared to Phuket, yes. Okay. So is it feasible to buy a new township development? Of course it is, but you have to see where the particular township development is. And that township, the developer, is it a long-term developer or just buy some? There are failed townships also. There are failed townships. Of course, there are also a lot of townships that flourish. So it depends on which kind of township you're mentioning. New townships, there are those that tabling grow one because limited. Those can grow 1,000 over acres, but they grow in time, then you make money. Like Sam Darby ones won't go wrong most of the time. Has any of our seminar participants had experience in GR offer? GR, of course, I think I leave it to people that do long to talk after they cannot finish. But I tell you honestly, GRR is one thing that you also have to be extra careful, because GRR properties are everywhere, and this is a gimmick to bring you in to invest, because people will make decisions based on this kind of enticement, because these people they put in this very nice figures for you to see, very beautiful GR figures, where you think that you buy already, you just leave it to someone, you can get your 8%, 7%. Let's put it this way. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if it's too good to be true, think twice. How can you invest in a property by letting other people take care of it and you don't do nuts about it, don't care about it, and you want to get six-figure or get big money out of it? Like just now, some of you said, I also can get cheated. I'm 20 years in this market. Whenever you buy property, the property you need to manage. It's like a baby, you know, it's like your kid. You cannot just leave it there and don't care about it. You need to pay maintenance, you need to refurbish, you need to do something for your tenant. The tenant and you relationship, landlord, is a human relationship. It's not your tenant, you do this, you pay this, you pay that. I'm a landlord, I never do, you stay there, you pay this. If you have this kind of thinking, you create an argument, you create a wall between you and your tenant. So you have to know how to negotiate and also discuss terms with your tenant. All right? Very, very important. Okay, now the next slide I want to mention is this thing that in Malaysia we talk about. Auction lelong properties. Is it a good place to buy? Now, in Malaysia, auction properties or lelong properties are properties that has a defaulter in it. Okay, unlike if you go to other countries like you say Australia, auction properties can be private auction where the property they want to bid for higher price. Malaysia, we cannot do so much private auction because they scared we all gaduh, we all fight at the auction house. So last time you used to have auction properties, you go to the court to bid for it. Okay, you wait for the bidding date. You need to go and pay a 10% deposit to bid it. Today, auction is online. Now, the sad thing about buying auction properties is you can only view and see the property from outside. Okay, you cannot go in. I'm sure some of you would have heard some case before. Last time in Mont Kiara got a case where the property was auctioned off. Owner never pay, and after the person bought the property, they went into the property. They found out inside the fridge was a body decayed and wrapped into and chopped into pieces. A Mat Salleh guy from Singapore died. It was chopped into pieces. That property itself, the purchaser, the investor in it, had to clear this problem and make a police report and so on and so forth. So, coming to this lelong property things, there's a risk. There's a risk for you to deal with the property because there may be unforeseen expenses that is not paid that you need to pay. Okay, you may incur extra costs. So you have to do a lot of research to check whether that lelong property that you're buying, is it really cheaper than, by how many percent cheaper than the market value? If you're buying off the right from iProperty Group or from the agents, it could be much easier because the things that is, the problems of the property is much more transparent in comparison to the lelong one. Lelong one, you may need to have more costing or more expenses to spend on because it may be a horrible dilapidated property. And also, if there's someone who is staying in the auction property who doesn't want to shift, you have to get a court order, or it is your duty to chase the person away from the property. And that is the things that you will need to do if you are doing if you are planning to invest in auction property. Now, the question you would like to ask me, can you still get cheap buys from lelong? The question is yes. The answer is yes. You still can get cheap ones, but you will need to bear in mind to clear those issues that is inside the property. You have to clear under your costing. So that is the problem that you will face if you are buying lelong properties if you plan to. All right. Is flipping property still viable nowadays, especially high rise with oversupply? Yes, it is. Like I said, location, and also you must know how to identify, how to look at it, where to look at it, and is it the correct one. There's a lot of technical things you need to learn and more in-depth things you need to look at and research. Okay, investment is a learning curve, correct? There's some part city properties will consider overpriced. You still think potential to invest as local currently. There's some part you have to see the price is very, very high. There's still demand. There's still a lot of demand because demand is, as long as there's demand, the economic factor of property is as simple as to any product. It is also a product. It's a dwelling product. You got demand, no supply, price go up. You got supply, demand less, price go down. So Desa Park is a place where not enough supply, got demand, that's why price go up. Okay, so whether still can invest or not, yes, And of course, there's still people buying houses there, and still people looking to aiming to buy there, rushing to grab one there. Then of course there's a price going up. People also say KLCC overpriced, but still got people buy. Everywhere also sure got people say overpriced. Right? Overpriced is we all humans speak one. So you think when Penny, you think it's overpriced. Another person by the name of Penny thinks it's not overpriced. They want their place, they buy. Then the market still go up. Okay, that's a fact. Not seafood so don't worry. Can you please conduct another session on small factory? Okay, that one very high level Chin Hin, Rexton, and Axiom launched GRL, but the project have not yet completed and up running. Risk is too high versus benefits. Don't want to mention any developers here. Open public talk. Okay, is it true that basic economic? Is it true that residential property is oversupply now? Yes, it is oversupply, but it is also no in certain areas. Okay, it's also a no in certain areas where they, like I said, it's still a demand and supply. Okay. All right. Finding quality investment opportunities. One of the skills that I want to share with you is to find how do you find these quality investment opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no easier way than to go for more viewings. Buying property requires you to have more viewings, more studies, more people to talk to so that you are able to understand the property language. And of course, coming to such a talk like this, learning a 3-hour session from me is good. There is also further things that you need to learn, which I cannot transfer 20 years of knowledge to you within 3 hours. But what I'm sharing with you is basically the important things and important factors that you want to locate by looking for right property. And then if you want to become a landlord, okay, why I put the landlord simulator there. Becoming a landlord today is everyone's dream too, because it's a passive income job. Okay, become a landlord is a job that you can sit down, enjoy your life, watch TV, and still get paid. But the fact that being a landlord is not easy also, because don't think a landlord can really rest and do nothing about it. The landlord still needs to manage the property, still needs to build a good relationship, and knows how to be a proper human being to his tenants, which is his customers, which is the people that is paying him or her. So being a landlord is not only allowing you to become a very easy job, but actually to become a more humane job, because you're dealing with humans. You're not dealing with a property. You forgot that actually the landlord job is to deal with human. The property is going to be dwelt by human. So you are going to deal with human people who has all sorts of characters. Okay. I share one investment I have with you. I have a house in SS15 Subang. Just now you saw that list. I bought that house because there was 11 rooms inside. I bought it because I had a very good return of room rentals. My return is tremendous. It's about 6.57%. When the time I bought it, now it's I think about 8% if I rent it myself. So I did not want. I was dealing a rental rate of about 5,500 ringgit per month. The problem is each room was going about 400 ringgit to 500 ringgit, 600 ringgit. Now my problem is I also have one major issue like you. I only got 24 hours a day. I don't have 25. Okay? And with the things that I need to handle, I cannot afford to waste my time dealing with a tenant who is paying me 350 ringgit to 500 ringgit per month. Whereby I'm dealing with things that is in few hundred thousands or millions. I suddenly need to bring myself down to deal with a 350 ringgit, $500 room rental person. And what happens now is, these students sometimes come in, they don't follow house rules. We told them house rules, no girlfriends, no boyfriends, okay? Don't make noise. Other people need to study, other people need to, a student, because it's near Taylor's College, SS15. So then also we said, please wash your dishes after use. So there's one Singapore tenant who came in, okay? And no offense to any race, he was a Punjabi guy, all the tall, Punjabis are all very tall. So I grew up with a lot of Punjabi. Grew up with a very, very close friend, Punjabi from Subang, who till today is a very good friend of mine. So you see, Punjabis are all very tall, and they came from Singapore. So the whole family came. The mother, father talked to me. Okay, I said, never mind, rent to your son. The son wants to stay. So, okay, I thought study in Inti College, it should be no issue lah. So the family all came, very, very nice people. So I rented out the room to them. Within 2 weeks, the young boy created problem for me. What problem was it? My neighboring roommates, the neighboring housemates, which is the student, one Bangladeshi boy, a very, very good student, and then one girl from Ipoh, complained to me, Mr. Landlord, your tenant is very noisy. Every day he bring his girlfriend or different girl back, and they were shouting out and loud in the whole house. So I was trying to sleep, but I hear all those moaning voices. How to sleep? So I said, oh my God. Then I had to tell the tenant he didn't want to care. And then what happened? All the food he eat, he never wash. All worms all starting coming out. So I had to warn him, give him 3 times warning, until I got so fed up that he doesn't want to listen to my warnings. I have to open up the door, pack his bags. I asked my driver to do it, pack his bags. One day I told him after class, just message him, all your things are outside the unit, get out of my unit. I call the father, I pay back the deposit. Please get your son to get out of my property. You're causing problems to all my other tenants. Then he said, oh, you cannot do this. I'm going to report police. I said, please proceed to report police. You are a nuisance. Get out of my life. I don't want to see your face. So, of course, he didn't dare to make police report. This is Malaysia. And I have to use, if I'm going to get a court order for the room, you know how much problem I have to deal with. And so all these problems came to me, and I find that this 5,500 ringgit very hard to earn. Very, very hard to earn. So I decided to rent to a management company at a cheaper rate of 3,000 plus ringgit. I said, you take it, manage it, you go and enjoy the 3,000 ringgit you earn. I don't want to earn. Okay, so that is the problem that I faced when I became a landlord, and I didn't have the time to deal with it. So that's why if you ever want to be a landlord, you have to consider these things. Whether you have the time to manage it, because my position don't allow me to manage such thing. Okay, and finding quality investment opportunity. This is a good quality investment, by the way. But I'm telling you, the problem is because as a quality investment drops in your place, you still need time to manage it. You and me have the same problem, 24 hours. We don't have more, don't have less. How are you going to deal with this 24 hours to deal with this the opportunity that came in front of you? Managing it is one thing. Okay. Now, quality investments can also find from networking. Okay, if you if you have friends or networks, people that you trust, you can look at opportunities from them introducing to you. But you still need to do your research. Okay, you still need to do your research. Doing a lot of viewings with a lot of agents or owners or whatsoever allows you to see more opportunities. But also networking from friends can allow you to see more investment opportunities. But like I said, investment opportunities, once you see it, market research has to be done. You cannot neglect market research, because market research is only be done by yourself. Okay? Yes, it's a very important and interesting role. Okay. So, next, I would say, deciding with confidence how many properties to view. Now, we don't want you to rush into a property decision. Okay, whenever you buy a property, it's always important to know that you should not rush into a decision making fast. And if you are seeing with the husband and wife situation, don't both say yes then go buy. Please go and see more, check more research, check surrounding, look outside, opposite, left, right, corner, up, down, everything, look, check first. Okay. Some people say, the more you check, the more you will get worried. No, sorry. The more you check, the more due diligence you do, the more careful you buy, the more you won't burn your fingers. That's the most important thing. So when you locate a property, please don't rush into things. Have a proper viewing. You can view a few times. When you want to make a decision to decide, you must decide with confidence. This word do you know in this word due diligence alone, in CID Realtors, my real estate firm, I have one particular training just on this word called due diligence. Because we as agents, when we sell land, we sell commercial, industrial properties, or even high-end residential, we are trained to do due diligence. Because whenever we want to deliver it to the buyer, and we want to deliver our services to the seller or the landlord, this due diligence works is very, very important as an agent. If you find an agent in the market who cannot do due diligence, they just want to sell the property, be extra careful for such agents. Many agents are not trained to do due diligence. They don't know where to find the right information to do the due deal before they bring the property to you. Okay, so as an agent myself, to share this with you, if you ever want to buy a property, okay, you are always hiring a lawyer to do the due deal. Before the lawyer comes in, you must know how to do your personal way of doing the due deal by checking the property, such as you want to see the property, whether got people die or not. Not that I ask you to see spirit, but I'm asking you to go into the property, to maybe speak to the neighbors or talk to people who know about the property, whether did anything happen in this property. All right. Market research. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the essential steps before buying. I just mentioned the due deal comes along with market analysis and research. Without market research, checking of prices, you don't know whether you're buying at a cheap price or more expensive price. As an investor, you have no choice but to not just go to the property, listen to people to talk. Do your extensive market research by looking at every property surrounding that area, finding out whether those properties around the area are there in comparison. Because the developer would have already done a market analysis and research. The agents will tell you that we have done all our research and we think that this is the price that we sell there. Of course, they make the research to sell their price to make profit from you. But what about you? Who is going to research for you to make money? Only you yourself can do it, not the developer doing it for you. You should do your own market research to know whether how much you can make from the property that you're investing and purchasing. Okay, that is the important fact that you understand. Developer will only research for themselves to make money. Okay, you were to research for yourself to make money, not the developer do it for you or the agent to do it for you. The agent will only research all the problems to answer you so that he can make money for themselves, not for you. Unless the agent will say, I also got invested, the agent's not very clever. I also got invested, you should buy. They put deposit, loan approved or not, one more thing. Paying installment, only one more thing. Okay? Agent also can burn hand, so don't simply trust agent. Agent buy the property, that doesn't mean you should go and buy the property. You also must do your research to check. Okay? Is partitioning a house with multiple rooms still allowed by local council? Of course, now, yes and no. Wong. Sini Malaysia lah. Cannot do punya thing also can do one. Can do punya thing, people do more only. So my answer to you is, whether can or not, as long as no problem happen, nobody kacau, no neighbor disturb, no problem lah. But SS15 houses, to be honest with you, famous for this lah. Until you complain to the council, also the council don't do much really, because it's become the essential place for rooms renting, because the colleges are there. There's not enough property for the colleges students to stay. And even now, SS15 is because come with a lot of LRT station, people stay there to go and work in they dwell there because amenities and facilities are there lah. All right. Sorry. Okay. So another skill I'm going to share with you is this: understanding the value of partnering with banks. For those of you who like to buy property, like to pay cash. You pay cash early, then she'll knock your door. Make sure your cash is not something you can explain. And then, why would I want you to use this skill, which is to work with the bank? The banks are your best partners. Okay, the banks, which we call it the alongs. These along, they like to work with good customer. They like to work with people who can pay a good debt. Get a good debt and pay, and they want to be a partner to invest in the property. They charge title, they want you to invest, choose. They are investing in your decision. Example like today, why I can buy properties and I can have banks borrowing to me, because banks assess my background. I'm a property agent for many years and I've invested many properties and make money, and the bank can see it. So the bank today invests in your decision because they know that I will buy a property, I will definitely aim for it to make money and do my calculation. That's why the bank say, okay, allow Tung go and buy. I'm definitely ready to borrow you the cash to go and buy the property. So the banks always leverage on your decision. You leverage on their financing. This is the important thing. So work with the bank. And if you want to know whether you can buy the property or not, assess your loan. Okay? Put in your details to the bankers. Ask a few banks, see which bank wants to borrow. Just now I remember someone asked how to overcome DSR. Make more money, no? DSR, very important, is you also must have if you have properties you have rented out, of course those you can cut out from your debt service ratio as well, but DSR can be adjusted one, as long as you need to know how to record your expenses and manage your expenses. Now, one of the ways that I teach my agent to know how to make sure they can increase their borrowings, increase their ways of getting the bank to borrow them, is I share one tip with you, even without you paying me. Just by investing your time today, I share this. How many of you have credit cards? Type CC for me, please. How many of you got credit cards? Reaching age limit, DBK do not allow. DBK sure don't allow, but of course can. Okay, so those of you got CCs, credit cards, okay? You type it out. You have a credit card. Now, credit card got good and bad. Okay, credit card got good and bad. I always look at credit card as an item that is a product by the bank, and this product the bank give you, there's a reason for it. Okay, you know what's the reason? They want to assess you. Okay, if you buy, you use your credit card to max and you don't pay it, I think the rest of you don't use credit card, is it? You don't use credit card, it's good for you. Those don't type CC one, means I know got big market. You don't use credit card, okay, it's very hard for the bank to assess you. Why is it good to use a credit card? You use how much credit you use, you pay it off by the end of the month. The bank assesses you based on your payment behaviors. Okay, I'm sharing this with you. There's many more other things, but I'm sharing this particular skill with you because you invested 3 hours with me now. So if you want to know how the bank assess you, if you have a credit card, don't pecahkan your credit card lah, bro, sister. Your credit card, you pay your petrol, you pay your food, you pay your groceries, use your credit card. End month come, pay full. Don't owe the credit card. Don't go and pay minimal and then go and create a bad record. Now, one of the reasons the bank will assess you is to see your payment behavior. If your credit cards are paid on time and in full, your credit rating and your assessment of you becomes much better. That's where the bank look at you and say, oh, you are a good paymaster, I'm going to borrow to you. Okay, that's one of the ways. So if for those of you who don't have a credit card, start going to get one credit card. If you're so worried, the bank give you the credit limit, you will pecah. Very simple. Go to the bank, put FD 1,000 ringgit or 2,000 ringgit. That is your limit. 2,000, 1-to-1 limit. You use more than once 2,000, you don't pay your FD, all gone paid to the credit card. Okay, so that is the best way to control yourself. If you want to score for getting bank loans, this is one of the credit ways of assessing your credit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so banks are always your good partner. Don't forgo them, don't forget them. Why you want to pay cash? If you got 250,000 cash, what will you do in your savings? Buy one property and then enjoy the 250,000. You're putting all your eggs into one basket. With 250,000, you can buy probably 2 or 3 properties. At about how much? Maybe about 200 plus 300,000. You can borrow from the bank, work with the bank, get the bank to borrow you, and then you can buy 3 different properties and identify 3 properties that will see yourself from 250,000 can increase to 400,000 or 500,000 within 5 to 10 years. Then you can see a 6-figure income. From your money that you invested, the capital appreciations become a 6-figure income. That's where you can gain your wonderful savings from. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me see. Okay. So, get more good debts. Create more good debts. Okay, bad debts are when you buy car. You buy all your branded stuff. You got no extra money to do that. Don't do that. Go and invest in your home. Invest in your education. Property is a good investment. Okay. cash versus financing. I just explained to you, don't be so stupid unless you got plenty of cash. You want to buy land, it's different. Land have to be a lot of cash. Now I'm talking about today residential. Residential itself, please work with the bank. If you can buy 2 residential properties at 90% investment, 90% loan today, I think all of you know, each name can buy 2 properties at 90% loan. If you got husband or a wife, can buy 4. 4 means 4 properties with 90%. So you can leverage to 4 properties. So there's so much good in that 4 properties. If you haven't finished your quota 4, then you probably can still continue to search for 1. To complete your 4. But if you have completed a 4, you still can identify the next one at 70% more down payment, 30. Just lower your pricing aim. Alright? Okay, how to avoid being scammed. Property scams are everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. How to avoid this scam? Install yourself with more knowledge. Okay? These scams, of course, you come and listen to me, we are property agent. Property agent that's telling you the truth now is like all the problems that you face outside. I also open up to tell you already what you face when you see a property agent. Now, property agent can also get scammed. Property agent can also scam you because property agent deal with properties every day. Okay? And you also want to be alert is to know that that property agent, is it qualified to deal with you? Or you go to a developer, you assess the developer, is it going to be an abandoned project? Does the developer have background? What does the developer do? Who is the developer? Who are the people inside the company? Who are the shareholders? These are also important. Because being part and parcel of an property investor, the part of being scammed is when you do less research and less due diligence. But if you are not desperate, and when you are desperate, you always get scammed. Don't get desperate. Okay? When you go to property gurus talks, people who give you talks, yes, if they are selling you education, go for it. If they are selling you property, don't go for it. Okay? Why would I say that? Because if they are selling you a property, the education turns into a property, that is their main agenda. What we have is important, and what we teach is important. You are supposed to learn the right education, not to invest in the things that they recommend. You should know how to use the education that you gain and go and assess yourself by getting the right investments and by finding and locating the right investment, not getting your guru to share with you, guru to give you, you only listen to your guru, man. Your guru teach you how to teach, man. It's like when you go to school, your teacher teach you maths. Okay? Teacher teach you maths. So why? To prepare you for life outside with your maths, man. Okay? When teacher teach you science, you go out to the world to use the science that you learn to go to deal with the people in the market. So that is the important thing. Education is more important, not listen to someone ask you to buy this, buy that. That one you assess yourself. Alright? So don't get easily scammed. Do your research. What the gurus try to sell you, a lot of gurus try to ask you to over leverage. Okay? Over leverage means what? Don't one time buy a few property lah. Don't buy one. Max out your loan. Should take to the max out. Peking said should take to the max on loan. Over gearing. Okay, the gurus always tell you this. Actually, to be honest with you, you also got listen to go gurus talks. I also got last time. Every time I go, I try to shake some guru hand. Guru also ask me join them. Only can shake or ask me to be part of their one or buy the property first, so they can become friend with them. Yeah, thank you lah. I want to go and learn only. Okay. Multiple loan submission, compressed loans. Every one of us, I think including you inside this group, I want to ask a question. If you have a friend or a relative or a peer who has kena a guru before and then burn their fingers in the property, cannot rent out, like just now you said, property very low rental, and then went bankrupt, and then some went into the property being auctioned off. If those of you who have it, give me a 1. Give me a 1. At least 1 lah. If you can think of more than 1, you give me the number that you know, like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10. How many of you got a friend who burned their fingers going to guru there, buy the property, then after that kena scam already, then after that, now the property cannot rent out, cannot sell. rental also very deep in, then every month have to chip in. Your investment installment is 2,800 ringgit, 3,300 ringgit, and then your rental only baru 2,000 ringgit, or your rental baru 1,500 ringgit or 1,800 ringgit, then you have to pay very high installment. So every month your gaji also tak cukup to pay. How many of you got that? YC Wong got, Pei Kiang got, 1-1. I never did any compressed loan. Good. Okay. Who else got? Who else got? So little. The market so little, man. I believe there's more. Cash rebates, properties, cashback policies, crowdfundings for property investment, friendly loan scheme to own property shares, guarantee rental return. How many of you still got? What? Now I share with you a friendly loan scheme. What is a friendly loan scheme? I have an agent last time who joined me. He did commercial properties. He made about 350,000 ringgit. Sorry, he made 500,000. He made about 500,000. So he went and joined a friend of his who went and asked him to join a property investment scheme called Friendly Loan Scheme, where the friend gives a very wonderful speech, okay, online and offline, and asking people to invest in the company by buying shares, and then he give you issue share forms, but your name won't appear in the company. I don't know why. Then they will take the company and buy investments. Then after that, with those investments that they make, they will give it back by shares to these people that invested with him. I don't know my agent kena jumpy ke or kena kong tau or what, or kena bomo ke what. He went and he was making good money in real estate with me. Then after that, he went and joined this friendly loan scheme, the guy, and then he helped him talk also. And he tried to, he brought me to the thing and shared with me. I told him, how can you believe such thing? Okay, that was many years ago. I think in 2014, 15 like that. So I told him, hey, brother, don't do this. It's not something very, very straightforward. And I think you are doing well in real estate. Why don't you just continue to just sell your properties and make money? No lah, this one can do here. He invested most of his commission that he made and even his parents' savings all into it. My God, I met him like I think about 4-5 years ago before MCO. He told me the guy was operating it, the CEO ran away, all the money hilang, they cannot recover, call him also don't know go where, husband and wife all hilang already. So this kind of scams are there, okay? And all his savings went into the drain. I think now he's back in doing real estate, but not with us. He also malu to come and see me, but I wish him all the best. But these are the things too good to be true. Don't trust, okay? It's also another guru. The office is in PJ. It was selling very well. Many people got invested in it, and my agent kena about easily, I think, plus his parents saving everything more than 500,000. Yeah. So these are the things that's happening in the market. You have to be very, very careful. Okay. Extreme high yield returns promising you 9-10%. Okay, Airbnb concepts are good and bad. Not all Airbnb operators are good. You have to be very, very you have to do your due diligence to check. Okay, guaranteed rental returns without capping. Just now I mentioned guaranteed rental returns without capping. Some go up until very high. You have to be extra careful as well. And then they give you what is that? The guaranteed buyback as well. Guaranteed buyback also you have to be careful. Guaranteed buyback means they really can guarantee you not. If you don't guarantee, how who's gonna pay you? Who's gonna pay you the guarantee? Yeah, that's the question now. Zero money down. Zero money down can be good, can be bad, but you have to look at it, look at the situation. Low entry, high returns. Check on that as well. Bulk purchases with memberships, you have to also be careful. Okay. Property investment is a very, very personalized thing. You invest in it, you manage it, you make your income personally. If you want to go in a group, you got no money. Some of you may want to buy industrial properties, but you don't have a portfolio of savings to go into it. You can buy the smaller ones, or you can also go into a REIT, an industrial REIT or commercial REIT. Okay, you can also go for a REIT investment, so to see your returns much more safer in comparison to investing it yourself in the market. Let me look. I use equity financing, but if not using higher gearing method to invest, what other method do you? High capital method, not everyone can afford. High capital method, yeah, of course, I'm not saying that everyone use high capital method. You have to learn the skills to identify those schemes that people give you, those low, like the one that I said, low entry, high returns. The high return, don't listen to them. Everyone can promise high return, but really got or not? Low entry memang got, but you have to go and find the low entry one that is the right one. Okay? Of course, you also can go, some people even do the markup, markdown when you buy a property. But some do markup, like 250,000 property, want to mark up until 350, 400,000. For what? You can do or not? Cheating the bank's money after get caught, how? After the customer you buy from don't pay you back the money, how you want to take back the money? Another question. Okay, you can buy markup 400,000 and then all the money go to the lawyer, so called. But if the seller insists that the money wants to be paid because your SPA is 400,000 instead of 250,000, how are you going to argue? This is also a chicken and egg situation. So, of course, real estate is not for the poor to play. Real estate is for the people who have savings and has savings, okay, and their money that made to be invested. Okay, this is very, very important. You want to go for high gearing, you want to play risk, it's very, very dangerous. For me, I invest the old school method. Okay, if you got new property coming up, you invest the older ones. You also know you can identify the old properties to make money because the new ones are pulling the price up. Cash rebates, cashbacks are common benefits. These are abnormal. To be honest with you, cash rebates, cashbacks are not common back then. Today it is common because it's a way to entice buyers to come in to fight with the sub-sale. Last time you buy new project, you also need to pay full 10%, pay higher down payment. Today it gives you a lower entry because it wants you to come in easier in comparison to compete with the sub-sale properties that you need to pay a high down payment. Okay, buying sub-sale you need to pay high down payment. Buy new properties you get rebates and cashbacks, but of course the more higher it is, the more dangerous that you have to look at it differently and do your due diligence. That's very, very important. Okay, the old school man, once bitten, twice shy. Thank you. Okay, so so to find the right mentor, why did Cheng Yu recommended? Of course, said very good things about me. I have the 20 years of experience with me, fitting myself in the shoes of a landlord, tenant, a buyer, and a seller, and as an investor. Okay, this why I would say I can mentor people is because I've mentored so many agents in the market, especially the one that's followed me since my starting days as an agent till now. And of course, as an MD now, I've trained a lot of agents to serve the market properly and don't get complained and don't become an idiot in the market. So very, very important is the mentor must teach the right thing and not force people to make decisions that is not right. Okay, you want to live long, we want to share a knowledge that you can stay happy together and stay maintain a good life and healthy life, and not to over exceed your investments and get into bankruptcy mode. Okay, so it's very, very important. A mentor has to learn the right methods and to teach the right methods to you, to mentor you, okay, train you and give you the right direction to invest. And real estate, I would say that being a real estate agent for so many years, okay, being a real estate agent for so many years and mentoring so many real estate agents, I've just told myself that now is the time to come out to say the right thing, to tell the public, to tell property investors in Malaysia that I would like to share the right direction as a property investor, the right ways, not the wrong ways to do real estate, okay, to invest in real estate, to make sure you invest with care, okay, with ethics, and also that you can go home safely and sleep soundly and wake up early in the next morning without thinking that your investment is going down the drain. Okay, to make sure you are safely and sound and enjoying the rental income, and to look forward on the capital gain that you are looking at, so that you can bring your loved ones and you can plan ahead what to do with the money that is about to be gained by you. All right. Any age limit to be a successful agent under your guidance? No age limit, Wong. I have agents who are in 19 years old, all the way until 70 plus. Yeah, all the way until 70 plus. Okay. Now, why choose me as a mentor? Simple. Because I have a 21 years, by next year, a record of 21 years as a property agent. Okay. 21 years in the market. To be honest with you, what I've done in these 21 years, this not only train agents, okay, to serve the market, I've dealt with people who are at these levels, assisted and served multinational corporations, SMEs, okay, SMEs a lot. Last time I used to cover Puchong Industrial Properties and Subang Jaya USJ as well. Individual investors, investment firms, landowners, car corporations, F&B corporate companies, manufacturing and production companies, real estate developers, logistic companies, and many more. I share with you one property that I sold in Subang, where the customer, you all know Rakuten, right? You go to eat Japanese food in Rakuten. Yeah, the factory that has all the core room of their products is actually bought from me in Subang. Okay, a 23 million property from myself. So yes, these are the customers that I've dealt with. Well, this was like more than 7 years ago. 7 years ago, this property. So because I have this background, only then I can sit in front of you or even stand in front of you face to face to be able to share and answer your questions on everything based on the property knowledge. Last time I don't want to do this because I was so busy doing my personal sales, bringing up, training people, training agents. Only now I feel that, okay, it's time. Time has come that I believe I should come out in the market. That's why you saw my video. I worked out with iSummit and they have reached out to you to able to tell you that there's an agent in the market who also tell the truth. No bullshit story, no shit story. It's going to be the truth, because the people that are assisted and served in this area are smart people. People who buy and sell properties in the commercial industrial land segment, that 30% of people in this segment are not stupid. Okay, they are the 5 to 10% in the population are the smartest people, because they make money, they are suppliers, manufacturers and things like that. So see, these people, you want to con them, don't waste your time. Okay, they are very, very smart. So that is why I believe the 21 years I've dealt with these people have made me into a different person in comparison to any whatever gurus you say or what. I just want to be a mentor to teach people the right thing and to do the right thing in the real estate market. Okay, so what will I be teaching you? If you were to know what am I, of course, today you learn 3 hours of my sharing. What will I be teaching you? Okay, I cannot. How to find more investment opportunities. If I were to share with you further things that I have to teach you, 3 hours memang tak cukup. Because 21 years, how to tell you in 3 hours? It'll be a joke if I can do that. Okay? So how to find more investment opportunities. Good buys, value for money buys, and cheap buys. Okay? Basically, I can teach you how to look at strategies to selling properties quick to convert into cash as well. These are some of the things that I can assess and teach you. How to own properties and get others pay the installments for you, of course, with extra pocket money as well. Okay? How to make good friend with the bank. Just now I just shared with you, credit card is one of it. What other ways is there to make the Along become good friend with you? My Along knock on my door. Hey brother, 没有东西要卖咩? No nothing to buy咩? When are you going to buy something? We can borrow to you. I can teach you how to do it until the bank love you so much. Okay? How to grow your real estate investment portfolio. Now, your real estate investment portfolio, just now some of you mentioned, I got 2 already. No other way meh? Of course, got other way lah. What are the ways? I cannot finish telling you in 3 hours lah. Of course, now also not enough time. How to invest wisely and smartly, very important. Okay? Make minimal risk in choosing the right real estate. how to negotiate your way to success, make minimal risk in choosing a right real estate, and of course, negotiate your way to success is to tell you how to talk to agents, how to talk to owners, how to talk to buyers, because I'm in the negotiator role for 21 years, How I don't know how I would have negotiated my way to where am I now today. I want to share with you how to negotiate your way into this direction. Of course, need time, okay? Negotiating your stake in every real estate deal. Every real estate deal, all right, my ladies and gentlemen, every real estate deal has different fundamentals. Different person, different things to talk to. Different real estate, different way to deal with. A real estate in front of you is a real estate, but the techniques and deals that you get out of it is different in every real estate. Yes, some people you deal with can negotiate better deals out of it, some cannot. So how do we test this? All right, these are the things that I will be teaching you. Now, is there a shortcut to property success? I will tell you this, real estate, for the past 20 years, I see it, the shortcut to real estate success is to not make so much bad decisions. You can buy real estate, you can invest in it, but if you make wrong one, that's when you have to restart. Set you back 5-10 years again, then you have to restart. But if you want to do a shortcut, you want to start doing a shortcut, you have to invest in yourself, in education, okay? I'm a property agent back then 20 years ago. I was studying management marketing in a business school. I didn't know I would become a real estate agent for life. So I only became a real estate agent investor to get my license in 2013, which I became a real estate agent officially with a license at 2018. So for all these years, I've invested in education as well. But my education is not just going for guru stocks, but also to people that can become my coach and coach me to all this real estate success that I have. Okay? So how much you want to learn from theory is this much. From practice, some this much. From mistakes is more. So of course now what I'm trying to help you is to reduce the mistakes and to get more education. Okay? Get education, you learn from a practitioner. The practitioner can answer your question, can answer you professionally. Of course, then you can make a better, wiser decision. This is the important thing in life. So there is shortcut to success. Finding the right people. Alright? Real estate mistakes are costly and need long time recovery. Correct. Very long time some more. Very expensive. I have friends burn their fingers, they go into bankruptcy also. So to be honest with you, learn from mistakes is very, very painful. So, like you, I also got my dreams. Okay? I have my personal dreams. Last time I like to dive. I'm a diver. Okay, you see the screen here. When I was young, I had this dream to go to Tomorrowland. If you know where's Tomorrowland, it's in Europe. It's a very big music festival. In 2022, after COVID, I managed to make my dream come true to go there, because I find that I reached an age that I want to spend a little bit more money, go and enjoy what I wanted to go. Last time cannot go, no money. So now, then after COVID, they open back, I can go. Now, since when I was 23 years old, I already started diving. I love diving. You know why? Because that is the only place a real estate agent cannot bring their phone. Okay? That's the only place a real estate agent, we live by our phone. Real estate agents, we live by our phone because all our works, I came from an era at 2004 where I still use Nokia and Sagem phone to do real estate. Those days, real estate, you have to put on classifieds. There's no iProperty, Property Guru. Okay, there's no Google Map. It was still old school. I was still calling through yellow pages. I was still knocking doors. Then in 2009, iPhone came up. 2010, iPad came up. That's when the whole thing changed. The whole real estate world changed. How the industry is to what it is today. So, to be honest with you, from those changes, I've seen the technological changes. Until today, there's so many TikTok video marketing, app marketing, and so on and so forth. So, from this thing that I've seen the changes, I told myself, if I don't change, I fade out. Okay, in order to reach my dreams, I have to change. Okay, in order to reach my dreams and goals, I need to change. So that's why I changed. I changed my way of doing business. I changed my way of doing deals. Then that's how I achieve my dreams, by going the places that I want to go and enjoy the dives that I want to go. like diving. You can't bring your phone there. The only thing that you can get from diving is listening to nature, your breathing, and the sound of water, and looking at the creatures that is around you that is underwater. Okay, so that's the one thing that I love to do. And diving is very, very dangerous. All right. So, and also I came from a time where I couldn't even afford to buy food. When I go makan that time, I had to eat roti canai. Those days 70 cents. Ayo, if you got $2, 70 cents can eat 2 roti canai plus ice kosong only. So the privilege of today, if you ever have a chance to live a life, you can no need to worry about the bill. Also because you have invested in real estate, the investment that I made has allowed me to have a passive income. I'm not so takut to spend money. Last time spend money takut. Oh. So now you want to bring your loved one, want to spend some makan money, nicer meal also. Real estate investment can give you that. But you need to make less choices of mistakes. Okay? Don't always make bad mistakes. And of course, my children pushes me to success. I have definitely, with all this dedication towards my work and investing in real estate, in my time, and also now investing my time to help others. Why? Because if I help others, it helps you succeed. It helps you do what I can do also, and definitely allows you to give your children or your loved ones a better life. So success is a journey. Yes, okay, success is a journey, not a destination. We don't want to go there because it's a destination. We want to go there because there's a journey to enjoy it together. All right, and it's very important. Like children, you are not much time to spend, but you want to spend time in a holiday, give them a good life holiday. So it's very, very important. All of us have this same goal and achievement. Finding the right people in real estate. Likewise, if I'm not asking you to find a partner to do real estate, I'm in the real estate business. You need to find the right real estate and the right people to mix with, to enjoy the moment and the journey to get the right properties. Okay, like for myself, I've been in real estate for so many years. I got good partners. Like this guy here is my Sunway office. We have many. We invest in properties together also. We dive together. By finding a good right person to dive with is like finding a good person to do real estate with, because diving is like life and death situation. If you got a wrong buddy, they don't help you, when you're in trouble with your gears, you can die underwater. You cannot shoot up, you cannot come out too fast. You need a buddy to help you, because all of us got two breathing equipments. So when you have to find the right people to dive with, that's when the person you dive with, you entrust them with your life, they will entrust their life to you. So finding the right people is like diving. Doing business, doing real estate is also like that. You don't want to die with your partner. You want to make money with your partner. So find the right people to invest with. Okay? Diving, really diving. Similar to doing real estate. Now this is some things that I want to share with you, pictures I share with you. I also invested in an F&B business in PJ called Terra, and this Terra in PJ is a friend of mine who childhood we grew up together. He wanted us to invest in because he also want to find the right people, and I think he is also the right people to work with because we grew up together. And real estate, all our annual dinners, events, we do it there. Okay, you see the bottom right picture. The bottom right top is the middle guy. That's the boss of this place called Terra. If you haven't been to Terra in PJ, just go and have a look at it. It's Terra. Terra is a camping site. You can bring your family there to have lunch. Have dinner, have some drinks as well. Okay, it's also pork free as well. It's pork free. Muslims can go. Okay, then you have also see the top left corner there. A friend of mine, an Asian friend, who gave me this Chinese calligraphy, which I don't know how to read. I can't read Chinese. By the way, I'm banana. I only can speak English and Bahasa fluently and write letters. Of course, Chinese I can speak some language fluently, but not read and write. So they honored me this because I did some right things for them. Okay, so very, very important in life. Finding the right people in your life to do real estate is extremely, extremely important. Now, to close off what I've taught you, okay, I want to share further with you. What brought me so far is the time when I was 19, 20 years old. I look at myself, why I want to do real estate, because I always had one goal. Those days, I always look at this real estate mogul. This mogul is Donald Trump. You'll be laughing. Last time, I always look up to Donald Trump because he's a model for real estate. I read some of his books, I buy his books, I see how the way he makes decisions for real estate, and I find it he's a very important person in the real estate tycoon world. Okay. Then, of course, he became president. Some things he talk cannot listen one, but now he's back to become president. Congratulations. Hopefully, he can do some things for the world. But I want to share with you is that what brought me this far. Actually, this word law of attraction is very, very important. I told myself one day I want to become a property investor. So I first become an agent, because when I become an agent, I can fit myself in the landlord and tenant shoe, buyer and seller shoe, so I know how they think. When I know how they think, I can become them. So that's the way I thought when I was young. That's why I put myself, my entire time into real estate, and that wish of mine became an intention, and I received. And today, yes, I'm a person who has invested in all real estate, and I'm still a property agent. I still use my professional works to earn the living. And what more best is now I want to share my professional works with many of you who are not in the real estate industry, to know what are the ways like to invest in real estate. So to bring me and draw me to where am I today, and so many of you have joined in, I thank iSummit as well to bring in so many people to listen to what I've got to share. I've just shared a few tips today, okay? And I want to let you know more what we are going to giving a journey to you to partake, all right? So today I've shared about 3 key strategies, and actually more, not only rental yield, capital gain, the bank, these 3 important strategies. I also shared more about sub-sale and the developer properties, all these items that I've given to you. These 3 key strategies I would mention is normally the main thing that everyone learn. There will be more and more in depth to it. Of course, in 3 hours, I can't complete everything for you. Okay? How much you have lost in the real estate investment in the past years, to be honest with you, many people lose 100,000, 200,000, 280,000. Okay, how to survive a 2021 real estate market down. I've been through the 1997, I was still studying. I don't know very much about real estate yet. In 2008, the Lehman Brothers issue didn't affect Malaysia so much. I was still a property agent selling a lot of factories in Puchong and Subang. And down came this 2021 COVID time. COVID came, everyone thought, oh shit, the whole market is gonna die. Everyone's gonna die like a zombie apocalypse. But here we are today. We are using Zoom still. Because of MCO, we managed to get ourselves familiarized with what we are looking at today, which is called Zoom. Okay, Zoom changed our lives and make us more convenient, and we can come online to do a talk like this and to share some knowledge to you through this wonderful app and software, right? So I believe if you have lost money in real estate for these past problems that we came either in the world global economy issues or even in the local economy in Malaysia, you must not give up. Okay, you would have invested badly with someone who has asked you to do so, but because you did not find the right person to teach you or mentor you the correct way, and what not to believe, and to take that extra risk for what? Don't you think there's plenty more opportunities there? Why go for that? Okay, there's another way to look at the opportunity, to find another opportunity to invest in it, rather than to desperately jump into one that looks too good to be true. So if you have a thought, ladies and gentlemen, today, if you have a thought of changing your career, you want to know more about how this real estate agent can talk so long and train so many. I've trained a lot of millionaire agents. They made $1 million commissions a year, okay, over the years as an agent. I've trained multiple guys doing properties, and they made millions in the market. If you think about learning how to become a real estate agent, to go through a wonderful, powerful training with us, changing your career, joining CRE with us is only $399. Get yourself certified in $600, and then you join us in the team building. This is like a package for you to join us with trainings and etc. Not just become agent, come in, do nothing. 1,200 for team building, 4 days, 3 nights. Then we'll give you a property guru advertising package at about 1,800 ringgit and a 2 days real estate skill mastery boot camp with CID Academy, okay, with 3,789 ringgit for total 7,788 coming into CID to give you full-fledged how to become a powerful real estate agent, okay, personally trained by me, of course. And if you just, of course, be where you are just still where you are working and you want to learn more, you want to buy some of my professional works that I've done for the past 20 years, of course, don't come free lah. Like I said, I don't sell you any properties. I only sell you education, okay, education. Now, how do I sell you this education? Very simple. There will be more strategies. I cannot finish everything today. If I say the strategies that I teach over the 20 years that I had is definitely worth more than 30,000. I will put a value to it if I were to teach you something. If I put up a college course for real estate itself, to get a real estate degree also, you need to pay at least 30,000 ringgit to get it. But now I'm not selling you a degree. I'm not selling you a diploma. I'm selling you an education with experience, with my loss, that I'm going to share with you how you want to avoid it and how you're going to make it from there to become a property investor more smartly. Not going to ask you to pay 30,000. That's a bit crazy. But my education, let's say if it's going to worth something, at least the time that I'm going to share with you is worth a value to it. Okay, so I would like to introduce you what I want to do. I would like to sell a 2 days workshop, my 2 days training for agent, not as an agent and a property investor, and to sell it, this residential property investment program. Just now some of you asked, industrial, commercial, can talk about more. Of course, now I'm selling only the residential, the industrial, commercial, further on later, after you have learned the residential skills, only you can learn more about commercial and industrial, because commercial and industrial is more in-depth. In a day one, what will I be teaching? I will be teaching you how to identify the properties, okay? Speaking to the right people. You need to speak to the right people, appointing the right people as well, identifying the amenities, identifying the facilities, okay, for residential, working the numbers right, facilitating these properties that you're going to invest in, looking out for maintenance as well, because all residential property definitely need maintenance, reparations, work defects, okay, construction costings, expenses and accountings. Now, wow, real estate have to learn expenses, accounting, and what's so headache? To be honest with you, real estate learn a lot of things because it's funded. Expenses and accounting is part of fundamentals of real estate. You need to keep a book record, okay, and many more in-depth strategies. I just share some day one, and then in day two, what will I be doing? Negotiations. Now, what negotiation? What real estate agent teacher do negotiations? Of course, being an investor itself, you also need to negotiate your way to success. Okay, you cannot be just depending on the agent, depending on who and who to go and negotiate. You yourself as a person also need to negotiate your way to success. So there's skills to invest in yourself. Okay, my agents all willing to give their time to me and pay much more expenses for their. And now, if you go to our CID Reuters page, I got this agents program called $1 Million Program. Okay. And also this 6-star program. If you go to my CID Reuters page, you can see they have to spend more than what you spend in order to become where they, in the program, they have to spend more than what you have to spend in order to become an agent in the program, okay? Putting the offers in, so how to put offers in, legal implications to negotiations, leveraging your finances, okay? Leveraging your finances, negotiating time to your advantage. Property also time, because Malaysia, we are one of the longest time in transaction. You do any transaction in Malaysia, we are in the world one of the longest one, in property transactions. So you must know how to play with the time. Unlike Singapore or China, you go there, you buy, even with financing, you can settle the property transaction within 1 to 2 months. But in Malaysia, we are super. We are Malaysia boleh. The property transaction can go up to 12 months, 24 months, sometimes up to 36 months. Okay? When got problem lah. Now, managing the risk, maximizing your yields, of course, managing the tenants and VP. VP means vacant possessions, selling the property, how to get your, maximizing your capital gains, repeating this whole process, okay, and many more to come, many more items to learn. So of course 2 days we get to know each other. Now the question, all you're thinking, ayo, 2 days Lao Tong trying to sell me something, how much is it? I won't go and murder you and go and ask you to pay expensive stuff lah, okay? Because I know if I sell what I've learned in the market as to all those things that I've dealt with is worth a lot of money, but I want to make friends. I want to become friends with people who wants to invest together with me. I also want to look for friends to invest with, definitely. Okay, so how much this 2 days workshop worth? Not 30,000. Don't worry, not 30,000. I scare you, only 30,000. 30,000 is probably whatever I learned. If I go and I open a college, my course can worth 30,000. Okay, now I only want to say this residential property investment discovery program is on 11 and 12 of January 2025. Okay, in my office. So don't worry. I sell you thing, I'm not asking, I won't hilang one, I won't run away. You check online, you can find all my information. Type my name, Lao Tong CID. I cannot run away. Okay, I've been here for the past 20 years as an agent. I cannot run away to you. If I will teach you, I also cannot run anywhere. So I'm not like all those gurus out there sell you already, or after that ask you buy things, sometimes all kaput hilang, then no longer sell you things. I'm a real estate agent. I cannot run anywhere. I only sell you education. After education, I'm there to assist you with the education you have to look for people, real estate agents, developers, or whatsoever to invest. That's the important thing that I'm going to teach you, education only. And the best part is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at my office at Fraser Business Park, CID Academy office in Kuala Lumpur. You can come and online, or also can be offline. Offline means you come face to face at my office. Okay? If you're outstation too far, you cannot attend, you can also come in online. Okay? Which we are open for you. Now we must do business. We don't want to say only one way. Must have multiple ways. So how much does it cost? Very cheap. 2,997 saja. Okay? For 2 days of my time. And not only that, 2 days of my time, I'm not that person that don't give people phone number. 2 days of my time, now also you can find my phone number one. My phone number is everywhere online one. You have to, and my social media all there. Okay, it's not hard to find me. But 2 days of my time to come face to face, where we sit down after I teach you the strategies and also discuss with you in personal these strategies, how to use it to the market that you are going to, how to apply it in the market. Okay, and I assure you one thing is the training is done by me, no one else, and I will train you. For 2,997, 2 days of my time with you, okay, as an agent for 21 years coming, I will want to give you part of my knowledge, okay, to know how to deal with the people that are selling you the real estate. So this is a workshop, okay, it's education, and I can assure you one thing, at the end of the 2,997 2 days, there's no developer project for you to buy, there's no sub-sale for you to buy, okay. There's only education for you to use. And the practicality of that 2 days workshop is I will also use practical ways in front of you live, showing you how to buy, how to locate an agent, or how to talk to an agent to find out that particular viewing can be done, and how do we negotiate that way in, and how did I did that residential deal that I did, or some of the commercial deals I shared with you. And for 2,997, it's like renting a property, one month's rental. So that's why I place a 2-day workshop at this rate, not a 30,000 they're asking you to pay, just 2,997, and see you there. And I want you to come with an open heart, with a growth mindset. With a growth mindset. The most importantly is a growth mindset. Okay? And you get to learn from an agent who has been serving in the industrial commercial market. What is residential? Easy peasy. So that's why I wish to look for you. I wish to see you at my talk in Fraser. Okay? Please sign up now, ladies and gentlemen. You can look at the slides there, isummitmastery.com/residential investment. Okay? You can go to the link. You can find out what is there, and I hope to see you in Fraser this coming January. Thank you very much for all your time. I hope I can share more things with you, but time is not enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the best. See you soon and see you at the top. Thank you.
All right, let's give a warm round of virtual applause to Lau Tong for the amazing sharing. Of course, if you would like to secure your spot for the residential property discovery, property investment discovery program, you can click on the link that is in the chat right now to secure this amazing deal. And one thing you will notice when you click into that link, you know, if 2997, the investment, you know, you don't want to put everything up front, 2997, there is also a 3-pay option as well of only 1050 a month. All right, so 3 easy payments of only 1050, and you will be able to unlock the information that Lau Tong has built up over the past 2 decades in his career as an agent and then also as a property investor, right? So click on the link that is in the chat, secure your spot. You can join us live in person in Lau Tong CID Academy office that is in Fraser. Otherwise, you can also join us online as well. And I see all of the thanks coming in over here. Absolutely amazing. So make sure you secure your spot. The link is in the chat at isubmitmastery.com/residential investment. And we look forward to serving you and helping you become a smarter property investor and to create that passive income that everybody talks about safely. All right. So see you very soon. And I look forward to seeing you at the training in January. Okay, secure your spot. The link is in the chat. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.